All season on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, we'll break down tonight's matchup and preview other key games on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Well, good evening, Smoky Valley and Halstead basketball fans. Dusty Donis with you from Lindsborg, Kansas. The final game of the 2025 portion of the schedule for Smoky Valley and Halstead here this evening. We're glad to bring it to you here on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. Smoky Valley on the girls' side picked up their first win of the season on Monday, beating Belle Plaine by a final of 46-36. The Halstead Lady Dragons are the defending state champions in Class 3A. And in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association rankings, they're currently ranked number 1. They did have a battle on their hands against Hillsboro on Tuesday, but they came out on top 32-30 to move to 5-0 overall and 1-0 in the Central Kansas League. This is the first Central Kansas League game of the season for Smoky Valley on the girls and boys side. As far as that boys matchup is concerned. Smoky Valley comes in at an even 2-2, while Halstead is 3-3. They had a game last night that went double overtime in a boys-only contest against Chaparral, but they fell by 5 points, 70-65. So, again, these two teams getting set for their final game of the 2025 part of their schedule and getting ready to go into the Christmas break here with Smoky Valley and Halstead on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. Once again, on our girls contest, Smoky Valley 1-3 overall in their first Central Kansas League game, and Halstead coming in at 5-0 and 1-0 in the league. Halstead at the top of the league, along with two other teams that are 1-0 to start league play, including Larned, who's 4-1 overall, Havens 4-2 overall. Hoisington, Heston, and Smoky Valley have not played any league games yet, and Heston won't until after the break, because they're in the tournament at Rock Creek this week. Hillsboro, Pratt, Nickerson all 0-1 in league play so far this season on the girls' side of the Central Kansas League. Once again, it is Smoky Valley and Halstead right here on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. The broadcast brought to you by Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, offering customizable curriculum at every grade level. Smoky Valley Public Schools, we champion for all students. Vikings and Dragons coming up on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5, and we will have more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
We've got more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Find exclusive Viking content online at adastraradio.com. Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Hi, this is Kurt Marshall. Bank of the Plains is committed to providing high-quality financial services while maintaining the highest standards of integrity, customer service, and professionalism. Our dedicated team in Salina values our relationships with you and welcomes the opportunity to earn your business, trust, and friendship. Stop in and see us at 1900 South Ohio in Salina. Bank of the Plains, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Lauren Doak here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. We have everything your student needs to graduate high school completely online. Learn from Kansas State certified teachers who have experience in online learning and virtual classroom management. We also offer high school test prep, college and career readiness, credit recovery, and more. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School.
Power is in their name. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro is your complete auto parts and outdoor power equipment store for your family, farm, and ranch. Need an oil change, battery, or parts? Ag Power Inc. has the brands you know and trust. Come by and see the difference on the north side of Hillsboro on Orchard, right next to the Dollar General. Conveniently open weekdays from 7:30 to 6 and Saturdays 7:30 to 4. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro is your source for Hustler mowers and Husqvarna power products. Stop in today.
Have you been injured in an accident? At Pyle Law, Tom takes the time to evaluate your personal injury case and fight for the compensation you deserve. Whether it's medical bills, lost wages, or pain and suffering, Tom Pyle understands the challenges you're facing and works tirelessly to help you get back on your feet. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Call Pyle Law at 620-241-9000 for your free consultation today. Because at Pyle Law, Tom takes the time to fight for you.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. It's Halstead and Smoky Valley tonight here on KLBG as we get ready for the matchup between the Vikings and Dragons. Again, Smoky Valley coming in 1-3, Halstead 5-0. Dragons won their first ever state championship last year. They played Smoky Valley 3 times last season and won all 3 of those matchups. And the early season matchup this time of the year was at Halstead last year. It was a 50-32 win for Halstead, as Casey Young, who's since graduated, scored 16 in that game, and Kat Blanchett and Elsie Boffman each had 21. They're both gone from Smoky Valley this year. In the second meeting here in Lindsborg, Smoky Valley battled. They played one of their better games of the season, a 56-43 loss to Halstead. That was on February 17th, where Bailey Bernal had 15 points, Addison Wills 14, and Jordy Schroeder had 10 in that game, and they're all back this year for Halstead as part of that state championship team. Kinsley Haxton had what was then a career-high 14 points for Smoky Valley in that loss to Halstead right before the end of the regular season last year. She has since beaten that career high with a 15-point game on Monday against Belle Plaine, but again, the Vikings battled that time. And then the final game was the first round of quarterfinals of the 3A Sub-State, where Halstead won 63-36. And Delana Schutte had 17 points. Jody Schroeder had 10. Kat Blanchett had 14 for Smoky Valley. Schutte's gone. She was one of the seniors that was on that group last year, but Halstead did return quite a bit of talent and skill to this year's team. They lost Delana Schutte and Casey Young, as well as Brett Young, who had limited minutes, and that was Casey's sister. They're off the bench for Halstead, but otherwise they've got a lot of talent returning. Addison Wills is averaging 15 points, 6.5 rebounds after being a second-team All-Central Kansas League pick last year and averaging 8 points a game. Jody Schroeder averaging 6 points, 3.5 rebounds. She averaged 7 points last year. Piper Schroeder was just under 10 points a game last year. She's averaging 5 through the first 5 games this year for Halstead. She had knee injuries in each of her freshman and sophomore season that really limited her playing time. She played single-digit games in both of those last 2 years, so Piper's looking to have a full and healthy season here for Halstead. And Bailey Bernal averages 10 points a game this year. Had to be put into the starting lineup last year when Piper Schroeder got hurt, and she's honorable mention CKL pick last year, averaging 9 points and 3 rebounds. Annika Nedick is averaging 6 points and 3 steals. Addison Wills, by the way, is averaging 6.5 steals a game. This team for Halstead is doing an outstanding job of forcing turnovers, and they are only turning it over 10 times a game, which is super impressive for the 3A girls level, if you're familiar with some of those numbers here in 3A basketball. Smoky Valley again coming in at 1-3. They're being led this season by Kinsley Haxton, averaging 8.5. Again, she had the career on 15 and win against Belle Plaine on Tuesday. Smoky Valley picked up their first victory of the season. Haxton had a double-double, her first of her career as well. She had 15 points and 12 rebounds in that victory. Smoky Valley was all over the boards in that win over the over the Belle Plaine Dragons on Monday as they take on the Halstead Dragons here tonight. Other notes here in numbers for Smoky Valley, as Natalie Brown, the 5'10 freshman, just under 4 points, leads the team at 8 rebounds a game. Cameron Ryan's averaging 4.5 rebounds a game. Braylon Whitaker at 3.5 points and 3.5 boards as well for Smoky Valley. Coached by Jason Drulard. He's in his 5th year with the Vikings, assisted by Kimmy Linshield and Danielle Lambert. Coach Drulard 48-42 here at Smoky Valley, and Derek Schutte, the head coach for Halstead, in his 13th year with the Dragons at 186 and 107. Again, assisted by Kyle Regier and Kason Schmidt. The Halstead Dragons are the defending 3A state champions on the girls' side. It's Halstead and Smoky Valley on KLBG. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll continue on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. This is Viking basketball from the Midway Motors broadcast booth on KLBG.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Begin your journey at Bethany College in historic Lindsborg, Kansas. Bethany College is proud to host over 30 majors and a long-standing tradition in art, music, and education located in Little Sweden, USA. When words fail, music speaks, and we want you to come make music with us. Our music program is home to competitive scholarships and internationally traveling groups. Start with a campus visit, a free application, or just check out our website at bethanylb.edu. It's always a good day to be a Swede.
Bud Conklin with Conklin Automotive Group here. Your journey never stops, so why should your warranty? At Conklin, we want you to drive with confidence. That means more than just choosing the right car. It's knowing you're covered long after the sale. That's why on qualifying vehicles, we include our exclusive Drive Forever powertrain warranty, coverage that lasts for as long as you own your car. Because real peace of mind should last a lifetime. Visit us in Hutchinson, Newton, or Salina, or shop online at ConklinCars.com. Drive with confidence. Drive with Conklin.
Does your investment provide the chance to grow even when markets go down? Does it protect against losses? Does it provide income payments of at least 9%? If not, call Iron Horse Financial at 620-377-6456 or go to ironhorsebuffer.com.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
Why choose I Need a Cleaners? Expert dry cleaning and our professional shirt service. We take time to care for all your special items. When laundry piles up, let us do it for you. I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes.
Man Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys.
Liability issues are complex. The manufacturer fought and fought. The best offer today was $30,000. The jury returned a verdict for a little over $11.1 million.
Man Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys. Big firm muscle, small firm hustle.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. It is Smoky Valley and Halstead tonight on KLBG as we get ready for this matchup tonight. Smoky Valley has lost 6 of their last 7 against Halstead in this series. They did win back in February of 24, 50-47. So they've had some battles, though. Not all these have been big wins for Halstead. But the Dragons have kind of had the number of the Vikings lately in this series as we get ready for the matchup here tonight. Again, Kinsley Haxton coming off that 15-point-12 rebound performance for Smoky Valley in the win over Belle Plaine on Monday. It was a rare Monday night game because they were actually replacing Heston. Smoky Valley was on their schedule. And instead of playing them twice, they're just looking for somebody different to play. And Belle Plaine had an opening in their schedule that they could play, but they couldn't play on a Tuesday because they already had a game scheduled for Tuesday. So they just moved that to Monday, and Smoky Valley had Monday off, or Tuesday off, excuse me. So we had Monday and Friday with the Vikings this week. I didn't complain, and I don't think the coaches complained about having an extra day of prep for this matchup here tonight between the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Halstead Dragons. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Ag 360 Insurance, here to partner in your legacy. Contact agents Darren Eddy and Cody Moores in Inman. For the Vikings, Kinsley Haxton, point guard, 5'5" junior, averaging 8.5 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist and a half, and a steal and a half per game. Natalie Brown's a 5'10" freshman. She averages just under 4 points, 8 rebounds, and a steal a contest. You'll see her bringing the ball up the floor at times as well for the Smoky Valley squad. Also for Smoky Valley at guard, Braylon Whitaker, 5'6" sophomore, 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game, and she's also averaging 2 steals a contest. Cameron Ryan, 5'9" junior forward, averaging just under 1 point, 4.5 rebounds. And also Eiley DeBar is a 5'6" senior. She is averaging 3.5 points and 3.5 rebounds a game for Smoky Valley. So those are your starters for the Smoky Valley Vikings. Again, coached by Jason Drillard in his 5th year, 48-42, and assisted by Kimmy Linshield and Danielle Lambert. Halstead again coming in at 5-0, 1-0 in the Central Kansas League, coached by Derek Schutte in his 13th year at 186 and 107, assisted by Kyle Regier and Casey Schmidt. The Dragons will start with Addison Williams, point guard, 5'6" senior, averaging 15 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and just over 6.5 steals per game for Halstead. Also, Jordy Schroeder, 5'8" junior, averages 6 points, 3.5 rebounds. Piper Schroeder is a 5'5" junior, averaging 5 points, 2.5 steals a game. Tess Williams in the starting lineup, 5'9" senior forward, and Bailey Bernal, 5'9" junior forward, averages 10 points a game for the Dragons. Those are your starters for Halstead. We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll get you ready for tip-off from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. It's Viking basketball on KLBG.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Stream Smoky Valley Vikings basketball.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's mass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rumbled, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our officials for tonight's game, Scott Fryer, Justin Schonover, and Adam Albers. We'll introduce starting lineups in alternating fashion, starting with our visitors from Halstead. Starting for the Dragons, number 1, 5'6" senior Addison Wills. For the Vikings, number 1, 5'5" junior Kinsley Paxton. For the Dragons, number 4, 5'8" junior Jordan Schroeder. For the Vikings, number 5, 5'6" senior Kylie DeBar. For the Dragons, number 5, 5'5" junior Piper Schroeder. For the Vikings, number 10, 5'6" sophomore Braylon.
For all your coffee, bakery, and ice cream fixes. Don't forget to try one of our delicious appetizers. Our brick oven is fired up from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Come get your grub at the Hub.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. It is Halstead and Smoky Valley here in Lindsborg as the Vikings again coming in at 1-3. Their first Central Kansas League contest. Halstead at 5-0 after eking out a win over Hillsboro on Tuesday night, 32-30. Halstead and Smoky Valley here on KLBG as, again, we've given you the starting lineups. It's time for the uniform update brought to you by Fresh Look Cleaners in Salina. It's our job to make you look your best. Smoky Valley in their home white uniforms with the orange numbers trimmed in black. Vikings on the front of the jersey in orange, trimmed in black as well. The white shorts, the black stripes down the side. And the Jordan logo on those uniforms. Halstead's got Nike uniforms with that swoosh on them. The Dragons in those blue uniforms, the road blues with the white numbers and white lettering Halstead across the front of those jerseys. If you are familiar with Kentucky basketball, they've got that blue and white checkered board, thick stripe down the side of the jerseys and shorts as well. It's Halstead and Smoky Valley as we get set to tip it off here in Lindsborg. Center of the floor for Halstead is Bailey Bernal. For the Vikings, Cameron Ryan. Again, Kinsley Haxton, Eiley DeBar, Braylon Whitaker, Cameron Ryan, and Natalie Brown, the starters for Smoky Valley. And for Halstead, Addison Wills, Jody Schroeder, Piper Schroeder, Tess Williams, and Bailey Bernal. Bernal, center of the floor, as we mentioned, for Halstead. Ryan for Smoky Valley. Tosses up, tipped into the Halstead front court as Will steps in front of two Smoky Valley players to steal that tip as the Dragons have it, moving left to right. Pass goes over to the near side here to Jordy Schroeder. Skip pass to Piper. Left elbow jumper banking in for Piper Schroeder to give the Dragons a 2-0 lead early in this one. Smoky Valley basketball. They'll go against a full court press as Brown has it across half court over to Eiley DeBar on the right wing. Pressure put on over there. The ball was tipped out and it's on the deck and a steal for Halstead. An early turnover, for Smoky Valley. Halstead again putting a lot of pressure on teams this year. Three from the left corner is a high arcer that misses for Jody Schroeder, and a rebound goes to Smoky Valley. Haxton over to Cameron Ryan. Ryan bringing it up the floor against a double team. Dribbles over to the far side, gets it across to DeBar on the right wing. Eiley with a bounce pass into the corner for Whitaker. Back out to DeBar. Eiley tracks it down before it goes into the backcourt and tips it over to Cameron Ryan. She resets on the left side wing. Picked up out top by Wills. They go to Haxton on the right wing, or elbow, into the corner for Whitaker with a long jump shot that's short. And the rebound goes to Halstead. Wasting no time, this is Jordy Schroeder with it. On the right side, Piper for three from the corner. Hits front rim and misses. She tried to track her own rebound down, but Eiley DeBar has it instead for Smoky Valley. Cameron Ryan the other way for the Vikings, coming off of a double team out top for Brown. Brown to the skip pass, left side Haxton. She takes a dribble drive into the lane. Left lane line shot rolls over and misses. Right block rebound goes to Tess Williams for Halstead. Dragon basketball and a carry called on Wills, trying to split two defenders and drive into the lane. First turnover of the game for Halstead. Coach Schutte sent me some of the stats for Halstead this year and just talked about how efficient they've been in forcing turnovers for the Dragons this year. And I'm not, I put that in my other folder, so I got to go find that. But as I look at some of the numbers, we'll tell you about that as the night goes on. Crossover dribble by Natalie Brown off the inbound as she dribbles over to the right side, takes the right lane line all the way to the rack and scores. A good screen out there to get Natalie Brown some room, and tying the game up at 2 apiece with 6:09 to play in the first quarter. Annika Nedick is into the game for the first time for Halstead. She's open for three. She's a good shooter. She misses this one off the back, though, and it's out of bounds off of Smoky Valley. Back to the Dragons underneath their own hoop. Annika Nedick is a 5'6" junior. I know Nedick had some good games last year for Halstead against Smoky Valley. Inbound play, looking for Bernal. That ball's tipped across the lane. Whitaker nearly stole it, but Williams has it. Head fake left side for Piper Schroeder. Banking runner misses, and a foul called on Smoky Valley will send Piper to the free throw line. It's the first personal called on Kinsley Haxton. Team foul number 1 on Smoky Valley. Nedick came in for Jordy Schroeder on that substitution. Again at the free throw line. This is Piper Schroeder. She misses the first one. We're going to need to switch that. Foul was actually called on Braylon Whitaker, not Kinsley Haxton. I was looking at the official coming over to make the call, and I just saw him put up the 1, and I stopped looking. He must have put up a 0 as I put my head down. Second free throw missing for Piper Schroeder. The rebound taken out by Smoky Valley. Brown looking underneath for Haxton and airmails it above her head. It's out of bounds at the left block and back to Halstead. Dragons are forcing 28 turnovers per game. They have 18 steals a contest when you're accounting for the ones that they take away themselves. Wills has it. Nedick left side. Piper Schroeder for 3. That one's nothing but net from the left wing for Halstead. Piper Schroeder has all 5 early points for the Dragons. It's 5-2 Halstead. Smoky Valley coming the other way. Brown on the left wing. Ball knocked out from behind by Piper Schroeder. It'll stay here with the Vikings, and Kinsley Haxton to throw it in on the near sideline. 5:23 in the first quarter as Halstead's up 5-2. Cameron Ryan dribbles out top at the volleyball spike line. Over to the right side into the corner now for Whitaker. Braylon with a fake into the corner for Ryan. High arcing shot, misses everything on the backside. Haxton was there but couldn't quite reel in the rebound for Smoky Valley. It's out of bounds and will go back to Halstead. Sophie Iyer checking in for the first time for Smoky Valley. The 5'7" junior for Cameron Ryan. 5:10 in the first quarter. Halstead up 5-2. Again, Piper Schroeder with all 5 points early for the Dragons. Addison Wills coming the other way for Halstead. Nedick into the near corner for Bernal. Bailey redirects Nedick back into the corner. She dribbles it back out to the top. Over the left wing now for Schroeder. Piper just about lost a pivot foot, but kept it. Wills on the baseline. Floating runner is in for Addison Wills. Her first basket of the game. Again, she averages 15 per game on the season. 7-2 Halstead. 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Nice speed. Haxton underneath to Braylon Whitaker in transition. And Whitaker's got the bucket to cut it back down to a 3-point game. And coming back the other way, Halstead falls out of bounds and last touched by the Dragons, going back to Smoky Valley. Brenna Flax coming into the game for the first time for Smoky Valley. For Natalie Brown, Flax is a 5'7" sophomore. We'll see a couple different subs in for Halstead. Jordy Schroeder back in for Tess Williams. Piper Schroeder checking out. Ainsley Farmer, 5'8" senior out there for the first time for Halstead. 7-4 Dragon lead. Smoky Valley basketball. Eiley DeBar brings it up on that far right side. Cut off on the wing. Double team. Ball's knocked out. She got it back, but she traveled as she picked it up and tried to go back toward the basket. Just a little hesitation before she got the dribble down. Another turnover for Smoky Valley. Cameron Ryan coming right back into the game for the Vikings for Eiley DeBar. 4:21 in the first quarter. An inbound play coming for Jordy Schroeder. Thank all of our sponsors helping bring the broadcast to you. We'll tell you about some of those as the game goes on. Halstead basketball as Jordy Schroeder goes into the corner for Farmer. Swinging to right side, Nedick. Near side now. Wills looking inside. Ball knocked down from behind by Ryan. And a steal for Kinsley Haxton. Haxton pushing the floor to the rack. Running layup miss. Ryan trying to get the rebound, but it's ripped out of there by Wills for Halstead. She wastes no time with a quick outlet to Bernal. Layup counts and a foul on Smoky Valley. Bailey Bernal has a chance at a 3-point play. Halstead goes back up by 5, 9-4. This one is called on Kinsley Haxton. That's her first. Team foul number 2 on Smoky Valley. And Bernal to the free throw line for a 3-point opportunity as Natalie Brown comes back in for Kinsley Haxton. 3:57 left in the first quarter and a 9-4 lead for Halstead. Bernal at the stripe for the Dragons. 3-point opportunity. Free throw miss. Rebound to Cameron Ryan right in the middle of the lane underneath the hoop. Up ahead, looking for Iyer. It's out of her reach. She tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds on the near side and back to Halstead. Turnover for Smoky Valley. The timeout for the Vikings as well. For 3:52 to play first quarter, 9-4 Halstead. Take a timeout also. We're back in 30 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on KLBG.
Kansas. Trust the power of blue for your CanCare plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblu.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back to Lindsborg. 9-4 lead for Halstead early in this first quarter, and a timeout was called by Coach Drulard and Smoky Valley. The 30-second variety. Halstead basketball out of the break. Left elbow, Annie Williams, a 5'8 sophomore, in for the first time. A three from Farmer misses from the far corner. Rebound goes off of Flax, but it's taken by Brown for Smoky Valley. Natalie brings it across half court, and a hit check on the near side here by Annie Williams. First foul on Annie. First team foul called on Halstead. Williams just a bit out of position there, sticking the knee out to try to block the dribble drive out on top by Brown. Brown has it now on the inbound to the near side, guarded by Nedick. In for Flax, back to Brown. Natalie setting it up with a crossover dribble. Takes the left lane line. Ball's knocked out by Nedick and then tipped out of bounds on the near side by Wills. It'll stay right here with Smoky Valley. Addison Wills, Jordy Schroeder, Piper Schroeder are all related. Obviously, Jordy and Piper are sisters, and Wills is a cousin. Brown has it over on the right side of the crossover. Knocked out by Nedick, but kept alive by Brown. Ryan has it now. Left side, drives, free throw line, left elbow, jump shot, airballed. Iyer had the rebound, trying to put it back up, and she had it partially blocked. Now the ball's tipped out top by Wills. It's on the deck, and Addison trying to get the steal. And finally, it's taken out of there by Halstead. So another turnover for Smoky Valley. Quick outlet. Nedick fakes on a three. Takes the right lane line. Splits a defender. Goes into the corner. They whip left side to an open player. 3-point on the way for Jordy Schroeder. Misses. And the rebound taken out by Halstead. Kick back Farmer. Back to Jordy Schroeder. Left side. Back into the corner for Farmer. 2:46 to play. First quarter. Halstead leading 9-4. Wills left open on a skip in the left corner. That one misses. Brown gets up for the rebound for Smoky Valley on the right block. Viking basketball. Brown wastes no time bringing it up the floor. Pressure out top from Annie Williams as Flax has it. Dribbles the right side. Hands it off now over to Ryan on the right wing. Back into the corner for Flax. Pulls up right elbow. Jump shot for Brenna on the way. Bounces off the mark. Smoky Valley getting in there trying to get the board. Flax forces a tie up. And the Vikings will keep the possession. Substitutions coming in for Halstead are Piper Schroeder, Tess Williams, and Bailey Bernal. For Farmer, Jordy Schroeder, and Wills. Brown, Whitaker, and Flax all checking out for Smoky Valley. As Haxton came back in, and Hope Strong, 5'9 senior. Caitlin Lease, 5'6 senior, into the game for the first time. Inbound for Haxton on the baseline. Iyer falling away, missed the shot. Strong tried to get the rebound, but it goes out of bounds off of Hope. And back to Halstead. 9-4 Dragons with the lead. Big thanks again to all of our sponsors, including Ag Service CarQuest, Next Tech Wireless, Sister Bojangles, Bank of the Plains, Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, Bethany College, and Lindsborg Community Hospital. Just some of our sponsors here this evening. Tess Williams with a skip pass right side to Piper Schroeder. Bounce pass into the corner for Tess Williams. I said Tess when Annie had it. Tess has it back now on the right wing into the corner for Piper Schroeder. Floating runner from the right side misses, and a backside rebound of the block on the left side to Cameron Ryan. So the Vikings with the basketball. They tried to pass over to Haxton, and coming in from behind, Nedick was trying to get a steal, and I believe is picking up the foul here. That'll be number 1 on Annika Nedick. And number 2 on Halstead in this first quarter. 1:41 to play in quarter number 1. It's a 9-4 lead still for Halstead. Been stuck on this score for a bit as Haxton brings it across half court. On the far side, trying to dribble through a double team, and the dribble went off the foot of Piper Schroeder out of bounds to that far sideline, right in front of where the Halstead fans are sitting. Here comes Wills back in after a very quick breather for Nedick, who comes out with a bit of a limp after falling down, trying to get a steal and picking up a foul. Inbound Haxton to Cameron Ryan, teetering that line in the backcourt and front court. She came in to the front court. A three top of the key for Cameron. Bounces high and off the mark. Rebound underneath in the left block. It's spot for Sophie Iyer trying to get out of there with it. A tie-up forced by Halstead on the possession will go back to the Dragons on the alternating arrow. Piper Schroeder with the inbound play as Addison Wills runs point. Smoky Valley's been sitting back here in their half-court defense. Extending it a bit on a 3-2 right now. Pass over to the left side, Annie Williams. Had it tipped and a steal for Kinsley Haxton. Far side, Kinsley wants to run. Wills cut it off. She got it back. Right block shot missing. Rebound foul underneath. Called on the box out, I believe, on Tess Williams, and it is on her. That's her first. Team foul number 3 on Halstead. Braylon Whitaker and Eiley DeBar back into the game for Caitlin Lease and Hope Schrod. 1:06 to play first quarter and a 9-4 lead for Halstead. Smoky Valley basketball. Paxton with the inbound play. Left wing. DeBar fakes on a 3. Takes it to the elbow. Step back 3. Top of the key for Cameron Ryan. Well off. Rebound left lane line is taken out by Wills for Halstead. Addison pushing the floor. Bounce pass near corner. In transition. Tess Williams a 3 from the right corner. Misses. Bailey Bernal had outstanding position. Missed the shot. She's fouled on the floor actually before the shot attempt. So an inbound play coming. Actually, yep, they say no shots. So inbound play coming here for Halstead. Cameron Ryan called for her first personal foul. Team foul number 3 on the Dragons. Grace Dudley coming in for the first time. 5'10 freshman for Cameron Ryan. Halstead, Annie Williams checking out. Ainsley Farmer back in. Inbound baseline on the near side here to Bernal from Wills. Bailey missed the shot. The rebound taken out by Whitaker. She had some good position there on that right block, but kind of started her jump a little bit too quick. Farmer knocked the ball out of the hands of Dudley. Grace tried to save it in and saved it right to Farmer. Shot missing, though, for Wills coming the other way as Haxton was about to run out of bounds, and she saves it in, and a foul from behind called on Halstead and all that. Ainsley Farmer called for her first personal. Team foul number 4 on the Dragons. An inbound play for Kinsley Haxton on the far sideline. 32.9 on the clock in the first quarter. Still 9-4. Halstead with the lead. Eiley DeBar has it. And she brings it across half court to the left side. Over to Sophie Iyer. Near corner, Sophie. Double dribbled. She used it to gather the ball, and then she got caught on a head fake, and I just had this bad feeling that Sophie was going to put it back on the ground, and she did. When you put it on the floor for the second time, that's a violation, and it goes back to Halstead. 7 turnovers now for Smoky Valley, and Halstead doing an outstanding job of forcing turnovers here this season. They lead 9-4, 15 seconds left in the first quarter as Derek Schutte wants his group to hold for the final shot. Dribbling out near the volleyball spike line, Wills with 8 seconds. Bernal into the corner, Piper Schroeder for 3. She was open, missed it. Rebound middle of the lane goes to Haxton. 2.5 seconds left. Up ahead to Iyer. Clock will run out before she can gather it. We're at the end of one quarter. Smoky Valley trailing Halstead by 5. It's 9-4 Dragons. We take a timeout. We're back in 60 seconds of the second quarter. From the Midway Motors broadcast booth, this is Smoky Valley Viking basketball on KLBG.
At Blue Stem Communities, they believe in living well at every stage of life. With trusted locations in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson, they're proud to offer vibrant senior living options from independent living to assisted care and skilled nursing. Each community is grounded in compassion, connection, and a commitment to nonprofit mission. Come and see what living well can be at Blue Stem Communities. Live well with Blue Stem Communities in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision for quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget. Call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back to the Midway Motors broadcast booth. Central Kansas League showdown between Halstead and Smoky Valley as the Dragons lead 9-4. And Smoky Valley allowed the basketball to start the second quarter. Kinsley Haxton to throw it in on the far side for Smoky Valley. Haxton in, flashing up there near half court was Lease. Back to Haxton. Kinsley with a bounce pass into the corner to Lease again. And apparently she dribbled the ball out of bounds on that far corner baseline. First turnover of the second quarter there for Smoky Valley. Halstead in the first quarter led by Piper Schroeder with 5. Bailey Bernal and Addison Wills each with 2. 2 points each for Braylon Whitaker and Natalie Brown for the Vikings. And Halstead up 9-4. Bernal has it on the dribble, kicks it out top. Wills right side now. This is actually Wills back to Piper Schroeder out to the top of the key. Back to Wills right side. Bernal fakes on a three, drives right lane all the way to the rack. Missed the wide open bunny, though, and a rebound in the middle of the lane to Cameron Ryan. I think Bailey was shocked she was that open. Ball stolen away, coming up the other way, though, by Farmer. Another turnover for Smoky Valley. Farmer all the way with the left hand, lays it in. Ainsley Farmer with the first basket of the game, and it's 11-4 lead now for Halstead. Quick outlet up for Dudley. Ball's knocked out by Bernal. She's got another steal. Bernal up for Piper Schroeder, pushing the floor. Addison Wills, three in the corner in transition. It misses. Backside rebound goes to Farmer. Back out top to Bernal and resetting half court. Wills has it on the right wing. Back out top to Piper Schroeder, swinging the left side, Bernal. Bailey taking a couple dribbles, drives in all the way with the left and lays it in from the left block. Bailey Bernal making up for the miss on the last play in transition. It's a 13-4 lead for Halstead. They've scored 6 straight here. Skip pass left side. Ryan back over to Dudley. Into the corner now to Lease. Caitlin had the ball, or actually this is Sage Patrick into the game now. I saw one and I couldn't see a face over here on the near side. Sage Patrick out there for the first time, a 5'6" freshman. Dudley and Ryan checking out here for Smoky Valley as Brown and Whitaker come back in. Right now on the floor, it is Patrick, Lease, Brown, Whitaker, and Haxton. Again, that's for Smoky Valley. For Halstead, they have Wills, Jordy Schroeder, Piper Schroeder, Bailey Bernal, and Ainsley Farmer. Right side, Bernal has it on the wing. Back out top, Wills to the left side. Farmer over to the near side. That ball is knocked loose by Haxton. But it's Jordy Schroeder tracking it down near half court on the near sideline. 6:09 to play first half. Halstead leading 13-4. Bernal fakes a three and jumps on the head fake. It's called for the travel. Possession goes back to the Vikings as Brenna Flax comes back into the game for Smoky Valley for Sage Patrick. 6:05 left in the first half. Inbound play for Kinsley Haxton on the far side. In for Brown and back to Haxton. Kinsley running the point here for Smoky Valley. Right side, bounce pass into the corner to Lease. Cut off there, and Caitlin got called for taking an extra step. Traveling on Smoky Valley again, giving it back to Halstead. Some more of our sponsors for the broadcast here today include Conklin Cars, Pleasant View Home, Idea Tech, McGee Roofing, Art Shirt Gear for Sport, and Smoky Valley Bakery. Right side, this is Jordy Schroeder with it. Out top, Wills over to Piper Schroeder. Piper holding, guarded by Brown. Top of the key back to Wills. Playing a little rotation here on the outside as Piper Schroeder has it again. Taking a couple dribbles back out to Jordy on top. 5:30 to play. First half. Bernal back out top for Jordy Schroeder. Fakes, drives right lane, and a foul on Natalie Brown on the recovery, trying to block the shot of Jordy Schroeder. Schroeder will go to the free throw line for 2 attempts. First foul on Brown, first team foul on Smoky Valley in the second quarter. Free throws coming up here for Jordy Schroeder. Her first attempts of the game. She's looking for her first point of the game, and she's got it. Nothing but net on the first free throw. 14-4 the score. 7-0 run for Halstead. Second free throw on the way. Rolling off for Schroeder. Bernal the rebound, and the putback went over the top of the backboard. She just has to laugh about it as she comes back to the other end of the floor. Smoky Valley basketball. 14-4 lead for Halstead. A 10-point advantage and a 7-0 run right now for the Dragons. Natalie Brown bringing it up the floor for Smoky Valley across half court to the right side. Lobs it, looking to the elbow. The ball's knocked down from behind by Bernal, and a steal for Jordy Schroeder. She brings it across on the right wing. Out top now for Nedick. Left side. Bernal back to Nedick. Right side to Schroeder. Feeding in. Nice curl there for Bailey Bernal, and a late recovery and a blocking foul defensively called on Braylon Whitaker. Second foul on Whitaker. Second team foul on Smoky Valley. Bailey Bernal to the free throw line for 2 attempts for Halstead. Missed her only attempt on a 3-point opportunity in the first quarter. Bernal has 4 points for Halstead in this first half. Make it 5. She knocks down the first free throw this time around. And it's 15-4. Halstead with the lead. Whitaker checking out of the game for Smoky Valley. It was Ryan that came back in. Second free throw for Bernal. Rolls out, and a rebound, though, offensively goes to Wills. She dribble drives, left baseline, kicks into the corner. Farmer, an open 3 for Halstead. Halfway down, it popped out. Rebound goes to Natalie Brown in the middle of the lane this time for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball. Brown pressured out top to Haxton. Kinsley, skip pass into the corner for Ryan. Cameron drives in, pull-up jump shot from the right lane line, banking in for Cameron Ryan. Just her second bucket of the season there, and it's 15-6, stopping a 8-0 Halstead run. 4:23 to play, first half. Jody Schroeder has it on the right wing, back out top to Nedick. Left side now. Addison Wills curling left lane all the way to the rack. Schroeder foul from behind. Caused the shot to come up a little bit short, but Cameron Ryan picks up her second foul. Team foul number 3 on on Smoky Valley as Halstead goes to the line. All 3 times they've been fouled. They've been in the act of shooting so far in this second quarter. First of 2 this time for Jody Schroeder is good. And she's got 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Back to a 10-point lead at 16-6 in favor of Halstead. Lease and Ryan checking out. DeVar and Dudley back in for Smoky Valley. Second free throw upcoming here for Jody Schroeder. Second one on the way, and that one rolls in. So Jody goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 3 for 4 in the game now with 3 points, and it's back to an 11-point lead for Halstead, matching their biggest of the first half. It's 17-6 Dragons. Some more of our sponsors for the game today include Erickson Custom Building, Midway Motors, Prairie Land Partners, American Family Insurance, Steve Barr, and Jar Performance Automotive. Riley DeVar has it across half court, dribbled it high. It was tipped out and stolen away from behind by Wills. Addison up on Brown. Brown partially blocked the shot. It's rebounded by, nobody in particular. It's a tie-up between Tess Williams and I believe Kinsley Haxton or maybe Natalie Brown, but either way, the possession will stay with Halstead as the arrow is in their favor. Wills underneath the basket to throw it in. She's to my right, to the left of the basket as she looks at it on this near side lane line. Wills looking to get it in. Everybody was lined up in that spot, and the ball's tipped off of Jody Schroeder, so she just has to track it down and set up half-court offense. Tess Williams back over to Schroeder on the left side. Out top now, this is Annie Williams. Back over to Schroeder. Jody, left wing. Guarded out there by DeBar. Smoky Valley isn't a man-to-man defense right now. Back over to the left side. Jody Schroeder with it. Feeding in. Annie Williams found herself open for the left-handed layup. At the left block, Williams gives Halstead their biggest lead of the first half at 19-6. Timeout called by Smoky Valley. 3:31 to play in the first half. Dragons leading it by 13. We're back in 60 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. Spiking basketball on KLBG.
Happy holidays from Midway Motors. The one thing that has remained unchanged is our commitment to be here for you. This holiday season, we're here for any sales or service needs that you may have. Visit us online at midwaymotors.com or stop by and see us in person. We wish you and your family the best. Happy holidays from all of us at Midway Motors.
Kansas. Trust the power of blue for your can care plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblue.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
3:31 left in the first half. Halstead leading 19-6 over Smoky Valley in our girls contest here in Lindsborg. Leading the way for Halstead, Bailey Bernal and Piper Schroeder each have 5 points. Smoky Valley has scored 1 bucket here in this second quarter. 2 for Cameron Ryan. Braylon Whitaker and Natalie Brown have the other 2. Kinsley Haxton looking to get going after a 15-point, 12-rebound performance against Belle Plaine on Monday. She has it now off of the pass across half court. Good find underneath for Grace Dudley and a bucket for Smoky Valley. Kinsley doesn't have any points, but she's got at least 2 assists on transition layups of that sort. 19-8 the score. The other one went to Braylon Whitaker in the transition for Smoky Valley. Jody Schroeder pressured by Eiley DeBar on the near side. Nedick is open for 3 out top. It's off the back iron missing. And Kinsley Haxton with another rebound for Smoky Valley. Haxton across half court to the right side. She's used her dribble, trying to get a little help. She had to throw it, and it's stolen by Nedick. Annika Nedick to the right side, left it short. She tried to go to the strong side. She could have gone left, but the ball came out, and the rebound again for Haxton. On the right side, Brown with it. Back over to Haxton. Kinsley with a bounce pass, looking inside. It's knocked out from behind. Haxton gets it back and fouled on that far sideline. Just the first team foul on Halstead in this second quarter. And this one was called on Tess Williams. That is the second on Williams. And again, the first team foul called on Halstead. Jordy Schroeder checked out. It goes Piper that came back in at the right elbow. Brenna Flax with a turnaround shot, knocking it down. Brenna Flax with her first bucket of the game, and it's 19-10. Back to a single-digit Halstead lead with 2:24 to play first half. Bernal has it on the right wing. Left side, Schroeder to Tess Williams, pressured by Flax. Top of the key, Bernal head fakes at the elbow. Now to Nedick, skip pass out top. As this is Annie Williams to Nedick. One dribble, right side, Bernal. Bailey holding, looking back over for Annie Williams on the right side. Swings it over to the left, a head fake by Piper Schroeder. Driving in, the floating runner misses. Rebound, Schroeder got it back and saved it back out to Nedick for an open three from the left side, halfway down. And Natalie Brown got the rebound this time for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball. Across the timeline, Haxton with it. Looking to bounce pass into the corner, finds Dudley. Dudley looking back for Haxton, and she overshot that one with way too much power. It went by Haxton and rolls all the way out of bounds on the baseline of the Halstead side of the floor. Addison Wills and Ainsley Farmer back into the game for Tess Williams and Annie Williams for Halstead. 1:38 to play first half and a 19-10 lead for the Dragons. Inbound baseline for Wills. Underneath their own basket, Wills into the corner for Farmer. Minute 37 to play first half. Halstead with a 9-point advantage. Nedick feeds inside, back to Farmer. Open three from the left side. Nothing but net for Ainsley Farmer. She has 5 in the game now for Halstead, and it's 22-10 in favor of the Dragons. Putting pressure on again. Smoky Valley breaks it, though. Natalie Brown across half court. Nice crossover, a double cross. Looking in for Flax. Lost it. It was tipped right back to Brown, and she knocks it down from 6 on the right lane line. Natalie Brown with her first basket of the second quarter. She's got 4 in the game. The lead is 10 at 22-12. A 3 in transition for Bernal misses, and Brown has the rebound. Natalie pushing. Looking to take it all the way. Pull-up jump shot partially blocked, and the rebound taken out by Nedick this time. Halstead basketball. Nedick with a quick outlet pass up ahead, and in transition, Grace Dudley was just putting her hands up trying to block the path to the basket for Piper Schroeder, but Grace got called for a foul, her first. And they say in the act of shooting or on the floor? They say on the floor. So an inbound play coming from Halstead on the 14th foul on Smoky Valley. Underneath to throw it in is Addison Wills. Looking under there for Nedick. Partially blocked, I think, by Dudley. And the rebound goes to Haxton off the miss by Nedick. Here comes Kinsley up the floor. She didn't have numbers, so she pulled it back out. Setting up offensively. Into the corner as they get it to Dudley with a high arcing feint shot off the glass from the left block. Grace Dudley with 4 points here in this quarter. It's 22-14. Halstead leading it by 8. Pass on the right side. Piper Schroeder drives in. Kicks it out to Farmer. Nedick into the corner for Bernal. Bailey, one dribble back to Nedick. Swinging it right side now. This is Piper Schroeder. Dribble drive on Dudley. Back out top to Bernal. Spinning off the defensive DeBar, and she fell over a couple feet. They just got tangled up. Bernal ends up on the ground, tried to shoot in the act of all that, and the ball went out of bounds. It didn't touch anything, and it's back to Smoky Valley. Off what was a miss in the middle of the lane there for Bailey Bernal. 13 seconds left in the first half as Smoky Valley has it back. We're going to cut into this 8-point lead. Quickly across half court, Natalie Brown dribbles the right lane line. Looks underneath for Flax. The ball's knocked loose. It's still on the deck. Saved up to Flax. Bank shot misses. And just off the mark on a chance to cut it down to 6 there for Brenna Flax off the loose ball. But it's an 8-point Halstead lead at half over Smoky Valley, 22-14. We take a timeout. When we return, we'll have our First Bank Kansas halftime report from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
Coverage of Smoky Valley Vikings basketball continues next with the First Bank Kansas halftime report. First Bank Kansas is banking made personal. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Whether you need annual HVAC maintenance or a high-quality, energy-efficient Lennox system, the trusted team at Gearing Home Services is committed to quality HVAC service and is proud to be rated 4.9 stars on Google. The professional certified technicians at Gearing Home Services deliver affordable rates on Lennox systems backed by a full 10-year warranty and provide options for every budget. Choose Gearing Home Services in Mound Ridge for all your Lennox HVAC needs. GearingHomeservices.com since 1897. Come see what a century worth of knowledge and customer service can do.
Make your move before the end of the year at Prairie Land Partners. Right now, all new John Deere compact construction equipment comes with no payment or interest for 90 days, followed by 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 off qualifying attachments with equipment purchase. This is your best chance to equip your operation with performance-proven compact construction equipment at the year's most powerful savings. Offers end 12/31/2025. Restrictions apply. Call, stop by, or visit prairielandpartners.com.
Prairie Land Partners.
This is Lane Gillespie with your Ad Astra Radio halftime report. Don't forget to tune in to 98.9 1540 KMCP and on the Ad Astra Radio app tonight at 10:30, where you can listen to the high school basketball scoreboard show and hear all of the score updates from around the state of Kansas. It will be the final edition of 2025, as the next edition of the scoreboard show will be in January. This morning, the Kansas City Royals announced that they have acquired a left-handed pitcher, Matt Strom, from the Philadelphia Phillies in a trade in exchange for right-handed pitcher Jonathan Bolin. Strom, who used to play in the Jayhawk Conference collegiately at Neosho County Community College in Chanute, returns to the Royals after being in KC from 2016 and into 2017, but he was with the Phillies for the last few seasons, where he was a part of the National League All-Star team in 2024. This past year, he had a 2-3 win-loss record out of the bullpen with a 2.74 ERA in 66 games, where in 62 1/3 innings pitched, he struck out 70 batters and he walked only 20. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs continued practice yesterday, but the injuries continue to stack up as they prepare to face off against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. Defensive tackle Derek Nottie was added to the injury report yesterday due to an illness. Chris Jones was still a limited participant with a hamstring injury. Linebacker Leo Chenal, offensive linemen Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor, and wide receivers Rashee Rice and Tyquan Thornton did not practice for the second straight day. Defensive back Trent McDuffie did return to practice on Thursday, but he was limited. Kickoff on Sunday is at noon. And tonight officially begins this season's college football playoff. It is the second rendition of the 12-team playoff. The opening round starts off tonight as the number 8 Oklahoma Sooners face off against the number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide at 7 o'clock. The winner of that game faces Indiana next week. Then there will be 3 games tomorrow. Number 7 Texas A&M hosts number 10 Miami at 11 a.m. as whoever wins will play number 2 Ohio State in the next round. Number 6 Ole Miss will host number 11 Tulane at 2:30 on Saturday. The winner of that game plays Georgia. And then number 5 Oregon will host number 12 James Madison. The winner of that game will face the Big 12 champions Texas Tech. And tomorrow morning, the Kansas State Wildcats men's basketball team faces off against the South Dakota Coyotes at Bramlage Coliseum in what will be their final game just before the holiday break. K-State is currently 7-4 on the year, but they are in the midst of a 2-game winning streak after defeating Creighton last Saturday, 83-76. South Dakota enters 7-6 out of the Missouri Valley Conference, and it is the 11th overall meeting between K-State and South Dakota. K-State has won all 10 meetings, but the last time they met was in 2015. Tip-off on Saturday is at 11 a.m. That's your halftime report. More basketball coverage is coming up next.
Life's better when you're under our roof because our agents can help you choose insurance to help protect what matters most. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family can have the help they need to continue to pursue their dreams.
Visit your local American Family Insurance agent, Steve Barr, at 807 North Main, McPherson.
Products not available in all states. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Moms, we know the holidays come with a lot of magic and even more presents. So if the kids and their wish list keep growing, it's time for a sleigh with a little more space. At Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the 2025 Grand Cherokee L is ready to haul it all with $2,500 bonus cash plus an additional $1,500 loyalty cash if you already own a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Fiat. No trade-in needed, and as Mr. Samuels always said,
come by, let's be friends. See dealership for details.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in on the First Bank Kansas halftime report here in Lindsborg. Halstead and Smoky Valley, Central Kansas League action. Halstead with the lead over Smoky Valley in our girls contest at halftime, 22-14. As the Dragons in that first half were led by a couple different players. Actually, 3 players with 5 points. Ainsley Farmer, Bailey Bernal, and Piper Schroeder all had 5 points in the first half. That adds up to 15, and then 3 for Jordy Schroeder, 2 for Addison Wells, 2 for Annie Williams in the first half for the Dragons. For Smoky Valley, 4 points each for Grace Dudley and Natalie Brown, and also for the Vikings in the first half, Brenna Flax had 2 for Cameron Ryan and 2 for Braylon Whitaker to get you to 14 for the Vikings. Once again, the halftime score, Halstead 22, Smoky Valley 14 here in Central Kansas League action. Since CKL opener here for Halstead, or excuse me, for Smoky Valley. Halstead opened CKL play on Tuesday against Hillsboro, the 32-30 win. Smoky Valley hanging right in there despite some turnovers there in that first half. They're down by just 8 here at the break, 22-14 the score. Well, again, we thank all of our sponsors for helping bring the broadcast to you. We remind you that you can listen to the games on your phone with the Ad Astra Radio app powered by Nextech Wireless, the latest phones and devices at the best prices. You can also check out Smoky Valley Viking basketball on Ad Astra TV. Check out our Ad Astra Radio YouTube channel or pull up the Ad Astra Radio app. You can find that as well. Big thanks to Mike Rose here during the home games for helping out and being able to provide the Smoky Valley home stream for us. So we thank him for all of his efforts. Puts on a very, very good broadcast here on the video. So we appreciate that. Again, we're at halftime. It's Halstead 22, Smoky Valley 14. We take a timeout. We'll have our McPherson Dental Care scoreboard update and the second half from the Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on KLBG.
More of the First Bank Kansas halftime report is coming up. First Bank. Choose a bank that works for you. KLBG Lindsborg. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Halstead Bank, a fifth-generation owned business serving the Halstead area for over a century. With locations in Halstead, Bentley, Valley Center, and Mays, Halstead Bank specializes in agriculture, consumer, and home loans. Our roots run deep at the Halstead Bank. Member FDIC.
Kaufman Funeral Home in Halstead, serving the area for 3 generations since 1943. Kaufman Funeral Home can handle all of your monument needs. A full-service funeral home. Good luck to the Halstead Dragons.
Most people know you have to change the engine oil regularly, but did you know that there are at least 4 other fluids that need serviced at regular intervals? These include transmission, power steering, brake, transfer cases, and more. Even hybrids require regular maintenance to maximize fuel economy and reduce costly repair bills. Come see the professional service team at Jarrett Automotive to make sure your car is in tip-top condition.
When it's time to give your car some care, come to Jar. We'll see you there.
If you're shopping for a propane contract, look no further than Bridgman Oil. Save money by locking in your prices today. Along with competitive pricing, the Bridgman team's knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. They're here to answer all your propane questions and work with you to fill all your propane needs. Superior product with superior customer service. That's Bridgman's promise to you. Visit them in Hutch at First and Clay, Burton or Pleasant View, or BridgmanOil.com. That's BRIDGMAN oil.com.
LS Tractor is your performance pack tractor for all seasons. Now offering 0% for 120 months on select models, including our 57 horsepower hydrostat. Our universal skid steer quick attach makes switching a breeze. Our tough heavy lifting loaders give you more strength. Add a third function easily and get your grapple on. Get a wide range of capabilities, attachments, and implements. Visit Moundridge Tractor and get more features for less money, where customer service has been our business since 1985. Start blue, stay blue with LS Tractor.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth and our First Bank Kansas halftime report. Again, it is 22-14 in favor of Halstead over Smoky Valley in our girls contest here in Lindsborg, Central Kansas League action. CKL opener for Smoky Valley here this evening. Some other scores as our scoreboard updates are brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. We have some other halftime scores. Andale leading Wellington 15-14. Sacred Heart big on Lions at halftime 40-9. Sterling leads Marion at half 26-16 here tonight. Not a lot of games. I'd say about half of a normal schedule maybe that we usually see as a lot of teams finished up their first semester portion of the schedule on Tuesday here on December 16th. So There's just a selected number of the teams in the group that are playing here on this final Friday before we hit the break. So, it's 22-14 in favor of Halstead as Smoky Valley and Halstead will come back out on the floor. It'll be Viking basketball moving left to right to start this second half. Haxton, Brown, Ryan, DeBar, and Whitaker, the same starting five for Smoky Valley. Same starting five as well for Halstead with Will, Schroeder, Williams, and Bernal. Tess Williams, Jordy Schroeder, Piper Schroeder out there. And a steal for Piper off the inbound. Up ahead to Wills with a quick layup and score. Addison Wills has 4 now for Halstead as the Dragons extend their lead out right away to 10 points at 24-14 just into the second half. Haxton with a quick outlet up ahead into the near corner. Whitaker back out to Haxton on the right wing. Kinsley takes one dribble, top Nikita Brown. Dribbles the left lane line and some contact going up the shot from Jordy Schroeder. It's number 1 on Jordy. Team foul number 1 on Halstead here in this second half and third quarter. And headed to the free throw line is Natalie Brown for Smoky Valley. She's attempted just one free throw. She had a 3-point play earlier this season. This is her first free throw of this game, and she rolls it in. 5 points for Natalie Brown to lead Smoky Valley. It's 24-15. Back to a single-digit lead for Halstead. Second free throw upcoming here for Brown, and that one spins around and out. Whitaker fighting Bernal for the rebound, and the alternating arrow will give it to Halstead. Strong attempt there from Braylon Whitaker to keep Halstead from just getting it for free, though. That will give the Vikings the arrow back next time it happens. It's not always just about that time. If you get another opportunity, you'll take it. Piper Schroeder has it out top now as Halstead's back into the front court. Bernal on the right wing with a head fake, drives in, splits 2 defenders, goes to the left and lays it in. It's sealed off the right side of that block, but Bernal scores on the left. She's got 7, and it's 26-15. Halstead leading it by 11. Piper Schroeder picks the pocket of Natalie Brown here on the near side. Another turnover for Smoky Valley. Quickly up the floor, Piper underneath to Jordy with an open layup in transition. 5 points, now for Jordy Schroeder, and it's a 13-point Halstead lead at 28-15, matching their biggest lead of the game. DeBar misses a bank shot of the left block, coming the other way for Smoky Valley with a Halstead rebound. Here comes Piper Schroeder into the corner for Jordy. Back out to Bernal, left side. Tess Williams into the corner now for Wills. She drives baseline, cut off there, back to Williams. Tess goes out top for Jordy Schroeder, right side of Bailey Bernal. Feeding in, Piper Schroeder had position, rushed the shot though, as Brown got over there to close out defensively, and I don't think Piper saw her come over. Smoky Valley needing some help. Haxton gets it across half court to Brown on the left side. And now back right to Haxton. 6-10 third quarter. Give and go look, or a nice look in the lane that time, I should say, from Brown. Good job moving without the basketball, and an assist again from Kinsley Haxton as Brown has 7. Lead back down to 11 at 28-17. Halstead basketball. Bernal on the left wing with 5:50 to play third quarter. Brown putting on pressure, but Bernal keeps it. Right side, Piper Schroeder for 3, and it rolls in for Halstead. Piper Schroeder with her second 3 of the game. She's got 8, and the Dragons are leading at 31-17. 14 now the biggest lead of the game. Cameron Ryan has it left side, takes a dribble, skip pass right side for Brown. A head fake on Wills. Brown needs a little help here, holding it. Looking in, she was trying to get it to Haxton. Kinsley had her back turned by the time the ball went into the lane, and a steal for Halstead. Wills with a spin move on a drive inside, missed it off the left side. Rebound taken out by Brown. Quick outlet, Haxton looking up for Whitaker. Braylon saves it into Kinsley. Open 3 right side for Haxton. Missed everything on the back, and the rebound to Jordy Schroeder for Halstead. Dragons are running now. Up ahead, Baylor Bernal is beating everybody, but missed another layup, and a rebound backside to Cameron Ryan. Flurry of activity here. Not a lot of points being put up here at the moment, but Halstead does have a 14-point lead. DeBar on the left corner. Left open, takes the 3. Too strong. Backside, rebound for Jordy Schroeder. Halstead pushing again. Jordy all the way to the rack and lays it in with the left hand. 7 points now for Jordy Schroeder, and it's 33-17 Dragons. 16-point lead for Halstead with 4.5 to play in the third. Haxton brings it across half court in a tough spot, trying to get it over to the far side. Tess Williams steps in front and steals it away. Halstead basketball. Bernal with it, feeding underneath. Ryan does a nice job of shielding, making sure she doesn't foul, and then knocks the ball out of bounds. Halstead will keep the possession. Dudley, Flax, and Iyer all coming back into the game for Smoky Valley. Getting a breather here will be Whitaker, DeBar, and Brown. Haxton started coming to the bench, but she stays out there. Bernal and Jody Schroeder out of the game for Halstead. Back in are Nedick and Farmer. Inbound baseline. Wills over to Piper Schroeder. Another three-point attempt is nothing but net for Piper. She's into double figures with 11, 2 threes in this quarter. 3 in the game for Piper Schroeder. All of a sudden, a 19-point Halstead lead. 4:08 to play third quarter. The pass over to Sophie Iyer is out of bounds. Last touch, though, by Halstead as the Vikings keep the possession. Halstead Smoky Valley boys game will be coming your way next here on KLBG. Haxton with the inbound for Brenna Flax. The volleyball spike line out top. Pressured by Nedick, but hands it back over to Haxton. Crossover by Kinsley. Spins at the right elbow. One of the step-back jump shots. She goes to Ryan in the corner instead. Cameron takes the baseline and curls one in from about 5 feet on the right side. 4 points now for Cameron Ryan, a season high for her. 36-19. Halstead leading by 17. Farmer with it. Looking into the corner for Williams. Tests back over to Farmer. Back out top now, Piper Schroeder. 3:35 in the third quarter. Halstead basketball. Nedick has it left wing. Pressured by Ryan. Good defense out here from Smoky Valley. Deep three from Piper this time. Off to the left missing. Great box out by Ryan. She tries to grab the rebound and falls onto the deck. And here's your tie-up. And Smoky Valley will get the possession this time. Subs coming in, one for each team. Natalie Brown back in for Kinsley Haxton. Also, Eiley DeBar just now checking back in as well for the Vikings for Cameron Ryan. Piper Schroeder gets a breather as Annie Williams comes back in for Halstead. 3:21 in the third quarter. It's a 36-19 lead for the Dragons. Smoky Valley basketball. DeBar in for Sophie Iyer. Now back to Brown. Good pressure from Annie Williams. Brown needs some help. She picked up her dribble in a tough spot. Found Dudley on the left wing. Grace dribbles on the right side. Backs in on Wills. Curls on the baseline. Missed the shot. Brown trying to get the rebound and does. Dribbles out of it. Left lane line. Puts up a banking shot that missed. Got her own board. Put back in for Natalie Brown. 9 now for Natalie Brown. And it's 36-21. A 15-point Halstead lead. 2:49 in the third quarter. The 9 points for Natalie. A new career high for Smoky Valley. The freshman has had a lot of minutes this year. Out top, Wills, over the left side to Tess Williams. The bounce pass top of the key back to Wills. Addison goes over to Nedick on the right wing. Head fake between the legs of the dribble. Back over to Wills. Open for three from the left side. It's off to the left, missing. Long rebound on the left side wing goes to Brenna Flax. Pushing up to Brown. Natalie all the way to the rack. Underneath Tess Williams. Missed the shot. The rebound goes to Nedick this time for Halstead. Quick outlet up to Wills. Wills in the middle of the lane, nearly lost it, and then from behind, a block attempt by DeBar, and a foul was called on Eiley. First foul called on Eiley DeBar, first team foul on Smoky Valley, and Wills was deemed in the act of shooting as well, so she'll go to the free throw line for 2 attempts. First free throw attempts of the game here for Addison Wills. 2:12 in the third quarter, the first one spinning out for Addison. She's got 4 in the game, again averaging 15 on the season. Bailey Bernal back in for Halstead for Tess Williams. One of our sponsors for the game tonight include Iron Horse Financial, Bethany Village, Advanced Physical Therapy, 37 Printco, Farmers State Bank, and Krupp Lumber. Second free throw spinning in for Wills, and she's got 5 now. 37-21, a 16-point lead as Wills comes out. Jody Schroeder back in for Halstead. The inbound to Sophie Iyer, back to Natalie Brown. 2:09 to play third quarter. Halstead up 16. Crossover dribble. Brown dribbled it off of her own foot and then off the foot of Annie Williams, and it's kept alive by Brown on the right lane line. Skip pass out top to Dudley. Grace drives in, finds an opening, missed the shot, but a foul called on Halstead will send Dudley to the free throw line. This one's on Annika Nedick. That's her second. And the second team foul on Halstead. And to the charity stripe here is Grace Dudley. First one on the way. And I think that she purposely tries to bank her free throws in. She had 2 of those against Belle Plaine, and she banked that one in. I don't know if she's doing that on purpose, but she's done it 3 times in a row at the line this year and made it. So second one for she is. I mean, you can clearly see that she's aiming for that square up at the back of the backboard. So not a bad technique if you're looking to become a good free throw shooter. 3 on the way from the right side for Jody Schroeder. Misses. Rebound in the middle lane. Sage Patrick rips it out for Smoky Valley. Vikings trailing by 15, 37-22. DeBar has it trapped in the corner, trying to dribble away from it, and a blocking foul again called on Nedick. That's number 3, on Annika Nedick. 13 foul called on Halstead. And the official trying to report the foul as Coach Linshield's over here trying to get a clarification on the numbers that she's keeping. DeBar checks out of the game for Smoky Valley. Haxton back in. The inbound play for Kinsley on the baseline. Everybody's lined up on that left lane line. Haxton trying to needle it through there to Dudley. It was tipped around. Brown came out of there with it. Missed a jump shot from the right baseline. And the rebound goes to Halstead. Nedick pushing the floor on the right elbow. Crossover dribble. Splits through. Runner misses for Nedick. The rebound tipped around and taken out by Haxton for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball as Haxton brings it across half court. Over to the left side for Brown. Back to Haxton. Kinsley skip pass left corner to Dudley. Grace drives baseline. Cut off and double teamed. And then she took an extra step as she turned off. Lost the pivot foot and turned it back over. 1:07 in the third quarter with Halstead up 15, 37-22. Piper Schroeder coming back into the game for the Dragons. She's leading the way with 11 points. The only player for either team in double figures. Natalie Brown again with 9 for Smoky Valley. Nedick checked out. Wills coming in as well again for Halstead for Annie Williams. Dragon basketball. The inbound from Jordy Schroeder to Piper across that huge SB logo at the center of the floor. Over to Jordy on the right wing. Back out to Piper. Open for 3 from the left side. Piper Schroeder let that one off the front rim. Dudley rips out the rebound this time for Smoky Valley. Paxton bringing it up the floor, looking for a little bit of help. Gets a screen from Brown. Dribbled into that corner, though, and is double teamed and then stepped out of bounds. Did they call an over and back violation, actually, on Paxton? Another turnover there for Smoky Valley. I don't know if you heard Coach Drew Lahern, but he said get it to the middle, and that's where you want to go against a press when you're trying to break a press. You don't want to get stuck in those corners across half court. Left corner 3 for Farmer, misses. Backside rebound is going to Sophie Iyer, and over to Kinsley Haxton. Haxton up for Brown. Back looking for Haxton. The ball's tipped out, stolen away by Wills. Another turnover there for Smoky Valley. Wills has it at the elbow, right side. Piper Schroeder fakes a 3. Crossover driving in. Scoop running shot good. Piper Schroeder with a nice take for Halstead. 7 in this quarter and 12 in the game now for Piper. 39-22 to score. Smoky Valley the basketball. 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Haxton has it on the near side wing. Turns off the defense from Farmer. Has it on the right side. Driving at the elbow. Turns, shoots, and that one misses right at the buzzer for Kinsley Haxton. We're at the end of 3 quarters. Halstead leading it by 17, 39-22 the score. Halstead scored 17. Outscoring Smoky Valley 17-8 in the third. We're back in 60 seconds of the fourth quarter from the Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on KLBG.
If you're changing jobs or considering early retirement, you may be wondering what to do with your 401k. Before taking any action, make sure you know the rules, as mistakes can be costly. At Iron Horse Financial, we can show you how to avoid IRS penalties and full taxation, plus a little-known strategy to access funds early. For more info, go to 401krollovermistakes.com and download your free guide. You can also reach us at 620-765-6456.
If you're searching for assisted living for your loved one that offers personalized health programs, freedom from cooking, and a safe and secure environment, visit Sunflower Terrace by Bethany Village in Lindsborg, Kansas. Whether your loved one seeks full independence or needs a little assistance day to day, you should explore the affordable options at Sunflower Terrace in Lindsborg by Bethany Village. Experience the art of living.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. 1 quarter remaining here in Lindsborg as Halstead leads Smoky Valley 39-22 in our Central Kansas League showdown. Dragons will have the basketball to start this fourth quarter.
At the completion of this game, we'll have a presentation
as the
Smoky Valley students who've done well on the ACT.
Vikings look to make a comeback here in this fourth quarter. 17-point lead for Halstead. Out of the way for the Dragons. 13 points for Piper Schroeder. 9 points for Natalie Brown to lead Smoky Valley. Piper a 3 from the right corner. That was blocked by Cameron Ryan. And the rebound goes to Natalie Brown. Ryan with a good recovery there on the far side to keep it And Brown gets the board up across half court. Eiley DeBar over to Grace Dudley on the left side. Dudley pressured, falling to the ground, trying to save it up. And we have a travel as Dudley tried to turn around and get that ball out of there with her hands on it and on her back. They call that one the travel. 7:33 to play in the game. Halstead up 39-22 with a basketball. Over to the right side, Piper Schroeder looking back for Bernal, curling at the right elbow. Bailey Bernal has 7 for Halstead. Feeding inside, Wills finds herself open. 7 points now for Wills, and it's 41-22 Halstead. Up ahead to Cameron Ryan on the right wing. Cameron with a couple dribbles into the corner for DeBar. Eiley fires a 3. Off the backside, missing. Rebound goes to Dudley with a bounce pass back to Brown. Brown cut off there in the corner and brings it back to Dudley. Back to Brown, left corner. Dribble drive on Jody Schroeder. Cut off there. Skips it or swings it back out to Dudley. Driving into the lane and trying to split a couple defenders. She's fouled going up the shot. They get Ainsley Farmer from behind with this one. Her first foul on Halstead in this fourth quarter. And Grace Dudley to the charity stripe for Smoky Valley. 1 for 2 in the game. She's been 50% on the year. 4 out of 8. First one on this trip is off the mark for Grace. She's got another one coming up. Dudley with 5 in the game. That second one hits the back iron and misses. Rebound tipped around. That was Brown trying to get it out of there and could not quite get to it. And then it rolled over to the near side to Halstead. On the baseline, Wills is double team. Gets it to Piper Schroeder. Out top to Jordy 3. Top of the key. Off to the left, missing. Ryan falling down, trying to get the rebound, and then gets called for the travel. So the Vikings giving it back here to Halstead again. And it is Dragon basketball with Wills throwing it in on the baseline. Wills out top. This is Jordy Schroeder. Right block. Bailey Bernal turned back to the left. She might have been better off trying to go right. That shot was blocked, and the rebound goes to Natalie Brown. She turns, kicks into the corner now for Dudley. The ball tipped out by Wills, and another steal for Halstead. Thrown up haphazardly, but it's tipped back to Jordy Schroeder as they keep it alive. Here come the Dragons, left corner. This is Piper Schroeder out for Bernal. Skip pass right side to Jordy. Driving right lane line to the rack. Layup in for Jordy Schroeder. 9 points now for Schroeder and a 21-point Halstead lead at 43-22, their biggest lead of the game. 5:54 to play in this ball game as Brown gets it up to Ryan. Cameron back over to Brown, just across half court in time as Brown gets it set up in the half court offense. Feeding inside, the ball tipped intended for Patrick, stolen away by Bailey Bernal. Another Viking turnover. Wills over to the far side, now to Jody Schroeder, left side Farmer. Back to Wills on the right wing. Official thought he was about to get hit, but Wills is able to gather it in. Piper Schroeder on the inside going up with the layup attempt, and a whistle is blown by 2 different officials at the same time. And a foul called on Grace Dudley for Smoky Valley, her second. First team foul called on Smoky Valley here in this fourth quarter. Piper Schroeder, the free throw line for Halstead. 0 for 2 so far and misses this one. Leads the way with 13 for the Dragons, but 0 for 3 from the free throw line. About the only place she struggled. She does have 3 threes in the game.
Meyer and Halstead back for the Vikings.
7 attempts, so 3 for 7 from beyond 3-point line. 5 of 12 from the floor overall. Second free throw on the way, and that one misses as well. Rebound, Whitaker trying to get it for Smoky Valley, but it's saved out by Bernal to Piper Schroeder. To Jordy on the right lane line. Back out top to Piper. Left side for Bernal. 5:17 to play in the game. Halstead leading it by 21 with the basketball. Addison Wills has it. And back over to Bernal. Spinning and getting easy access on the left lane line off the defense and laying it up and in. 9 points now for Bailey Bernal, and it's 45-22. And another steal for Halstead coming back the other way. 23-point Dragon lead. Piper Schroeder for 3. Right corner halfway down. It popped out. Kinsley Haxton gets the rebound. Haxton had it stolen away by Wills, and a layup is in for Piper Schroeder. Another turnover there and another bucket for Piper. She has 15, and it's a 25-point game. Pressure being put on by Halstead. Another steal. Piper Schroeder misses a runner, tips the rebound. It goes over the head of Bernal. And back to Smoky Valley. Substitution coming in as Annie Williams is back out there for Halstead. Cross half court, Eiley DeVar up ahead. That ball's knocked down from behind by Jordy Schroeder. Another turnover for Smoky Valley as Tess Williams comes the other way. Out top, Annie Williams with it. She fires a three. That's off the backside. The rebound right block to Kinsley Haxton. Viking basketball. Haxton getting it back over to Cameron Ryan. Ryan back to Haxton across half court on the near side of the wing. Kinsley dribbling into the corner, gets double teamed and trying to get it back out. A foul from behind called on Williams. And that is number 2 on Annie. Team foul number 2 on Halstead in this fourth quarter. Natalie Brown back into the game for Eiley DeVar for Smoky Valley. 3:58 left in this one. Halstead up 25, 47-22. The Vikings trailed just by 8 at half, 22-14. Still looking for their first points of the second quarter here in a timeout called by Jason Drulard in Smoky Valley as the inbound play was coming. 3:58 to play in the game. It's Halstead 47-22. We're back in 60 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
Ag 360 Insurance is an independent agency with 3 locations in central Kansas. Whether you need home, auto, farm, crop, commercial, or life insurance, we have options for you. Contact one of our agents for a quote today. We would love to have you become part of the Ag 360 family. Ag 360 Insurance, partners in your legacy.
See Eric Rector in downtown Mound Ridge or call him at 620-345-2700. Ag 360 Insurance, serving the rural communities we live in.
Krupp Lumber in Heston has been serving as the Marvin window and door dealer for many years. I'm Jared, and there's a reason why I only put Marvin windows in my parents' home. Marvin windows have thick, extruded, Krynar painted aluminum that will stand up to any hailstorm. At Krupp Lumber in Heston, you will find more Marvin windows and doors on display with French sliding bifold and patio doors. You will be amazed. I invite you to come see for yourself. Krupp Lumber, service is our specialty.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
3:58 remaining in the game. It is 47-22. Halstead leading over Smoky Valley. Viking basketball out of the timeout. Braylon Whitaker to throw it in on the near sideline. And looking over the top, the ball's tipped. Haxton nearly went to the backcourt, but saves it into Brown. As Natalie wants to set up offensively. Had the ball tipped out by Wills and knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Halstead, they say. Jordy Schroeder, and the possession will stay with the Vikings. Dragons have won 3 in a row. They won all 3 meetings against Smoky Valley last year, the 2 regular season ones, and then the first round of the 3A postseason in Substate. Haxton lost it for a second, had it tipped out. Over to Ryan on the right elbow. Turnaround shot for Cameron, too strong. Banks into the middle of the lane. Haxton has the rebound, and she's pushed after getting the board. This one's called on Bailey Bernal, her first. Team foul number 3 on Halstead. It's inbound play for Smoky Valley with 3:36 remaining in the game. And more of our sponsors, including Mound Ridge Tractor, Bluestem Communities, Health Equip, Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, and Hunts Regional Medical Center. Feed inside, Natalie Brown, too strong off the backside of the rebound, goes to Bernal. Halstead basketball, nice one-handed pass. Wills to Jordy Schroeder, and almost put too much juice on that one, but it spins in for, she's in double figures with 11, the second player for Halstead into double figures. 49-22. Brown comes the other way for Smoky Valley. Good reverse look from Natalie Brown as she just shakes her head and puts her arms up. Surprised it went in. Her first double-figure game of her career with 11 for Natalie tonight. 49-24 the score. Halstead leading by 25. A high screen from Tess Williams as Wills looks inside. Out of the reach of Bernal. It goes out of bounds back to Smoky Valley. That's just a 6th turnover of the game for Halstead. Their first of the second half. And they average just 10 turnovers a game. I talked about that at the outset, but this is a team that, if you look at that number, it's pretty impressive for 3A basketball. Cross half court, Iyer finds Whitaker underneath. A late recovery block shot from behind, though, by Jordy Schroeder as Whitaker missed. The rebound goes to Halstead. Dragons with the basketball across half court to the near side. This is Wills out top to Annie Williams. Right side now. Jordy Schroeder has it to Bernal, top of the key. Picked up there by Ryan. Smoky Valley's been running man-to-man most of the night here since I'd say the second quarter. Jordy Schroeder has it. Might have lost her pivot foot. Nothing was called there. Over to the far side for Tess Williams. She takes one dribble to avoid a 5-second count. Driving inside, Wills, left corner, open 3 for Annie Williams. is bouncing and rolling off the mark, and a rebounding foul on Halstead. Dragon foul this time is called on Tess Williams. That's her third. 14th foul on Halstead as Farmer will come back into the game. We will see for the first time Addison Mabry for Halstead, the 5'3" junior coming in for Wills. Jordy Schroeder checked out. Bailey Bernal checked out. And Nedick was also checking back in for Halstead. So you have Annie Williams, Tess Williams, Annika Nedick, and Ainsley Farmer. And again, just checking in, Addison Mabry. Left side, this is Haxton with it. Kinsley over to Cameron Ryan. Right elbow, Cam goes inside, fouled, going up with a shot attempt. A couple free throws coming up here for Cameron Ryan. Fouled again by Tess Williams, and that's her fourth. Team foul number 5 on Halstead. 2:02 left in this game, and a 49-24 Dragon lead. Cameron Ryan to the free throw line. The 5th and 6th time this season. That first one bounces off the mark. Have another one coming up. Cameron 1 of 5 from the line this season now. Second free throw upcoming here for her. Ryan takes her time. Eyes the second one, and it bounces off the mark. Rebound in the middle of the lane goes to Annika Nedick. Dragon basketball, a 25-point lead. Tess Williams fakes the three, goes to Farmer in the corner. Driving in, baseline runner misses. Rebound goes to Brown, saves it up to Sophie Iyer. Iyer, quick outlet for Whitaker with a skip pass left side to Ryan for three. The high arcer on the way, bouncing off the back iron, missing. Sophie's got the rebound offensively for Smoky Valley. Feeding inside, Brown missed the shot. Rebound goes to Nedick. Dragon basketball, Nedick into the corner in transition. Farmer fires an open three that misses. Brown tipped the rebound over to Ryan for Smoky Valley. Smoky Valley looking like they're kind of clearing the end of the bench here, so we'll see a few different players come in. Paxton has it right side of the minute 16 left, and Halstead leading 49-24. Paxton on the dribble drive baseline, pull-up jump shot left short there for Kinsley, and the rebound goes to Nedick. Nedick quickly across half court to the right side. Cut off by Haxton. She dips down into the lane. Annika puts up a three that bounces over the backboard and out of bounds. Back to Smoky Valley. Caitlin Lease, Sage Patrick, Hope Schrag, Grace Dudley, and Isla DeBar all checking back into the game for Smoky Valley. Wholesale substitution for the Vikings with just 59.3 on the clock. Likely the end of the night for the starters for the Vikings. Well, Isla DeBar's back out there. She was one of the starters, so she would stay in. Coming up the floor, another foul from behind called on Halstead, it looks like. This one is on Nedick, and that's number 4 on Annika Nedick. Get in the double bonus. 2 free throws coming up here for Smoky Valley. Do they know who was fouled? I think it was Eiley. No, it was Grace, actually. Grace Dudley headed to the free throw line here for Smoky Valley. Dudley, first one on the way, off the back iron, missing. I said that it looked like she was purposely trying to bank those in, and then the last 3, she has not tried to do that. So I think she might be experimenting. We'll see. Second one for Dudley on the way. That one's off the backboard to the right, missing. Sage Patrick, a rebound, put back over the top, rolling off the mark. Tipped around. Lease has a board, and she's fouled going up with it for Smoky Valley. There's another opportunity coming up here for Caitlin Lease. Lease to the free throw line, 0 for 1 this season. First one off the front rim missing. She's got another one coming up. Natalie Brown with a career high 11 here tonight will lead Smoky Valley in scoring, it looks like. 5 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As Lease knocks down the second free throw for Smoky Valley, her first point of the game. 49-25, Halstead with the lead, 42 seconds to play. Tess Williams left corner for Annie Williams. Dribbles and drives the baseline. A drip pass in the corner. Farmer missed the 3. Schraub there for the rebound for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball. Grace Dudley brings it across half court. Right side cut off by Nedick. Bounce pass inside for Schraub. Turnaround shot and miss. Rebound put back attempt misses free. Schraub gets the board. Fouled and count the bucket. Hope Schraub with a chance at a 3-point play for Smoky Valley. 49-27 the score. as Tess Williams gets called for this one and fouls out of the game. With 16.2 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Substitution coming in for the first time for Halstead. I'm glad I have a program because Caroline Deno is not on my list. Free throw misses for Strong. Rebound goes to Halstead. And the Dragons look like they're just going to let this clock run out. Farmer has it out top, and that will do it. Halstead moves to 6-0 overall and 2-0 in the Central Kansas League. Smoky Valley with their first league game. They drop it to Halstead, falling to 1-4 and 0-1 in the CKL. Dragons win this one. Again, the final 49-27. We are back after the break with more on the post game, the Viking Locker Room Show from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball, Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Coverage of Smoky Valley Vikings basketball continues next with the Viking Locker Room Show. Join Dusty Dinas all season for Smoky Valley Vikings basketball. Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Hi, this is Lucas Raleigh with Raleigh Insurance. If you are thinking about shopping your farm or ranch's insurance, let us do the shopping for you with our newly expanded markets and carriers. As an independent agency, we've been working with family farms and large commercial farmers across Kansas for the past 50 years. Check out raleighinsurance.biz, see me in Little River, or stop by Raleigh Insurance in Inman or Lyons today.
Since 1965, your choice for home, auto, farm, and commercial insurance. Raleigh Insurance. Get your free quote today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Elena Kuchera with McPherson Dental Care. I love helping people feel confident about their smiles because when you feel good about your smile, it changes everything. Whether you're due for a cleaning, looking to restore your teeth, or want to brighten your smile, our team is here to make every visit comfortable and stress-free. I'm Dr. Elena Kuchera, and I'm ready to see you in McPherson, Buhler, and Inman. Come see us at McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Here's a bright idea, getting what you paid for. If you paid for 500 megs, you should get 500 megs. If you paid for a gig, you should get a gig. There's too many people paying for 500 and getting 70. At Idea Tech, we think you should get what you paid for. No questions, no shenanigans. What a concept. Getting what you paid for. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Get fast, reliable Idea Tech fiber internet at ideatech.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matthew Perry, and I work with McPherson Dental Care, and we are excited to have 6 locations in our communities in order to serve and take care of your dental needs. McPherson Dental believes whether you are 2 or 92, your teeth are important to your overall health, and we want to make sure we are taking care of you and your loved ones every step of the way. It's our honor to live and work in your communities, and we want to thank you for choosing us and letting us be your hometown dentist.
That's McPherson Dental, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. The final score tonight is Halstead 49, Smoky Valley 27, as the Vikings drop to 1-4 overall and 0-1 in the Central Kansas League. Halstead improves to 6-0 and 2-0 in league play with this win. Again, Halstead winning it 49-27 over Smoky Valley here in league play. 4th straight win for the Dragons over the Vikings in this series after winning all 3 last year.
Join the students on the floor. Carmen Cooper.
Looking at the final numbers, leading the way for Halstead, they had 2 in double figures. Piper Schroeder with 15. Jordy Schroeder had 11. Baylor Bernal with 9. 7 for Addison Wills. And also 5 off the bench for Ainsley Farmer. All those came in the second quarter. 2 points for Annie Williams here tonight as well for Halstead off the bench. Smoky Valley led in this contest by Natalie Brown, the only double-figure scorer for the Vikings. She had 11. That's a career high for her. The young freshman playing in just her 5th game for the Viking varsity team. Again, 11 for Brown. And the freshmen Brown and Dudley combined for 16. Dudley was the second leading scorer. Grace had 5 points here tonight. 4 points for Cameron Ryan for Smoky Valley. And 2 points each for Braylon Whitaker Brenna Flax and Hope Schrag, and 1 point for Caitlin Least, the free throw line as well for Smoky Valley. So the Vikings lone double figure scorer, Natalie Brown, here tonight for Smoky Valley. Halstead again moving to 6-0 and 2-0 in the CKL. Smoky Valley 1-4 and 0-1 in league play. We'll take another time out. When we come back, we will give you our play and player of the game, and at some point we'll talk with Coach Drew Lard of the Vikings as well. This is the Viking Locker Room Show from the Midway Motors broadcast booth in Viking basketball, KLBG.
More of the Viking Locker Room Show is next. Coming up, we'll name today's People's Bank and Trust Player of the Game. KLBG Lindsborg, Smoky Hills, Rock 95.5.
Archer Gear for Sport at 109 North Main, downtown Lindsborg, is a proud supporter of the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Bethany Sweets. Be sure to stop by before the game and check out the new apparel to show your team pride. We wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season.
At McPherson Center for Health, we're dedicated to caring for you close to home. From routine checkups to advanced medical care, we're here when you need us. McPherson Center for Health, caring for you close to home.
Hi, Josh French, owner of Tallgrass Turf Solutions in McPherson. Now's the time to rebuild your lawn after the summer heat damage. From aerations to overseeds, we can set up your lawn for success next year. For all of your turf management and lawn care needs, contact Tallgrass Turf Solutions in McPherson. Online at tallgrassturfsolutions.com. Tallgrass Turf Solutions in McPherson, we build gorgeous, self-sustaining lawns.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth here on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5 as Smoky Valley falls to Halstead tonight by a final of 49-27. As we look at the final numbers here, we've done that. We now have our play and player of the game coming up. The Play of the Game Hub Brick Oven Play of the Game, featuring their world-famous Brick Oven Pizza. Get your grub at the Hub, 100 South Christian and Mound Ridge. There are a couple plays in transition on open layups where Kinsley Haxton had assists. We'll give it in the first quarter on the pass to Braylon Whitaker to get the Vikings a bucket there in transition. That's our Play of the Game. The Hub Brick Oven Play of the Game. Get your grub at the Hub, 100 South Christian in Mound Ridge. We'll name our player of the game after we talk with Coach Drew Lard. Coach, a good battle for your team in the first half. You trailed by just 8 to Halstead, 22-14. They really turned that pressure up in the third quarter. And one of the things when I asked Coach Schutte for his stats, he's like, we force a lot of turnovers and we don't turn the ball over. They're averaging just 10 a game, and they didn't have any in the third quarter. And when you can hold on to the ball like that and be efficient, you're tough to beat, and that's what you see with Halstead. They're the defending champs and undefeated this year for a reason. But again, the girls did battle here tonight.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I told them at the end of the game, that you just battle, and I can't ask more from that. Your effort's off the charts, your intensity and getting after it, it's there. We just got to kind of clean up some of those turnovers, and we knew that they would pressure, and part of that is also just being able to get to a spot, cut hard, and being able to catch that ball too. Sometimes we overlook that. We're ready to make the next pass, but we clean up some turnovers and then start forcing turnovers ourselves. We're going to be in great shape.
You know, people are going to look at your record here in the first semester and be like, oh, they're 1-4. I mean, it doesn't tell you that you can't help the schedule that you're playing right now with a team that's still trying to learn a lot about themselves. And you played a brutal schedule to start. And I know that doesn't always get easier when you're in the Central Kansas League, but it will ease up a bit as you get ready for the second semester. So what do you work on here during this break? I know there's certain times you can't do anything, but when you do come back, what do you work on as you get ready for semester 2?
Just continue getting confidence. A lot of times on offense, we just rush things. And the shots, I wish I could show you in practice how we shoot the ball. Yes,
well, I see them in warm-up.
Yeah, I mean, they'll shoot the cover off of it. So just confidence in the game, shooting in rhythm, not forcing anything. That's a big one for us. But, yeah, a lot of confidence shooting, and then offensively being able to play through chaos and get into the rim and continue building our identity. And our identity is being able to run in transition, get some of those baskets, and then just making it very difficult for a team to score. You know, we don't pressure a whole lot in our defense, but being able to make them just shoot over the top, we're going to get better at that. We're great rebounders.
Absolutely.
The girls are outstanding in that category, so we'll clean up offense and continue to get comfortable on that side, and defensively just finding ways to make it difficult, and we're going to do that. We got some very winnable games as we come back, and a little bit of confidence will go a long way.
Coach Jason Drillard with us here on the Vikings Locker Room Show. We'll let you get going and head into the break. We thank you for the time and hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks so much. Merry Christmas, guys.
Vikings fall tonight again to the Dragons by a final of 49-27. And now our player of the game. We're on KLBG, so we give that to the Smoky Valley player that we have deemed the player of the game. And we're going to go to Natalie Brown, the career high for the freshman here this evening, the only player in double figures. She had 11 points for Smoky Valley and played very, very strong. Natalie continues to improve as a freshman, a ball handler and a rebounder, and has done a fine job here this year for Smoky Valley. She's our player of the game, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, community banking at its best, with 21 locations in Kansas. This is People's Country. Natalie Brown, our player of the game. We're going to give a hat tip to Piper Schroeder, who was outstanding tonight as well. Defensively, offensively, all over the place. She had a game-high 15, and it was solid for Halstead here this evening. Halstead wins in our girls contest over Smoky Valley 49-27. We take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have our boys game. You've been listening to the Viking Locker Room Show. We have Halstead and Smoky Valley boys coming up next from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Stream Smoky Valley Vikings basketball all season on the free Ad Astra Radio app. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Service is in their name. Ag Service in Hillsboro, Whitewater, and Assyria is there to serve you for your ag input needs. Their experienced team can maximize the return on your farming investment. Ag Service Inc. offers full agronomy services to help with crop planning and recommendations, as well as a full line of fertilizers, crop protection products, and seed. Independently owned and free to stock what you need. Stop in today and see the difference. Ag Service Inc. of Hillsboro, Whitewater, and Assyria.
Welcome to First Class. Please have a seat. Get buckled up. Make yourself comfortable. I'll be right with you to get you your drinks and make sure you're settled.
Once you fly first class, you'll never want to go back. Everyone knows what world-class service feels like. Did you know that you can get first-class service right here in Hutchinson at Hutch Auto Body Team? Hopefully you won't need our kind of world-class service, but if you do, first class is just a phone call away at Hutch Auto Body Team, when only first class will do.
At Powell Law, Tom takes the time to make justice accessible for everyone. That's why we offer free consultations day or night, and even on the weekends. Whether you're dealing with a workers' compensation claim, personal injury, or an accident that was no fault of your own, the dedicated team at Powell Law is here to evaluate your case and fight for the compensation you deserve. Don't wait. Call Powell Law today at 620-241-9000 to schedule your free consultation. Because at Powell Law, Tom takes the time to be there when you need him the most.
Hi, I'm Andrew Ealing. I'm excited to tell you about the Poo Squad of Hutchinson. Are you tired of the unpleasant task of picking up dog poop? I can help. We offer a one-time or weekly service for your convenience. Our pricing is affordable and varies based on the number of dogs. For one dog per week, it's only $12 or $52 a month. You can easily book online at hutch.thepoosquad.com or call or text at 620-322-0522. We take a lot of crap from our customers. Contact the Poo Squad of Hutchinson today.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in. We're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game here on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. And we want to remind everybody that back this year is the Scooters Coffee Mom of the Game. So if you have somebody that you feel is worthy of that, nominate your mom as the Scooters Coffee Mom of the Game. Winning moms score a Scooters Coffee gift card. You can enter now at hutchradio.com. Go Mom! Scooters Coffee Mom of the Game from Scooters Coffee in Hutchinson and McPherson, and us here at Ad Astra Radio as well. We have an award that we're giving away to a Smoky Valley student. I'll announce that here coming up in a bit here on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Smoky Valley and Halstead getting set to take the floor here in our contest. In the boys' side of things, Smoky Valley at 2-2. First CKL game, Halstead 3-3, 1-0 in the CKL. The Dragons played last night a tough 70-65 double overtime loss to Chaparral. It was just a boys-only game last night there for Halstead, as Smoky Valley is coming off of a win over Belle Plaine on Monday night, 55-51, in which Christian Ryan had 20 or more points in his third and fourth games this year. 13 points for Braylon Olson. Ryan had a double-double, 22 points and 15 rebounds in that win on Monday night against Belle Plaine. So again, the Vikings coming in at 2-2. Pratt's 5-0. They have the stud Arlen Morrell that plays basketball as well. He's now a Kansas State football commit. He was at Colorado State initially, and then he decommitted and went to Iowa State. And then Iowa State's coach left, and so he opened his recruitment again, and he's headed to K-State with Colin Klein now. Halstead's 3-3, 1-0 in the league. Haven's 2-4 and 1-0 in league play. Heston, Hoisington, Smoky Valley, their first league games have not happened for Smoky Valley. It's tonight. Larned and Nickerson and Hillsborough 0-1 in league play in the Central Kansas League early this season. Again, Smoky Valley coming in with an even 2-2 record, while Halstead is 3-3. Christian Ryan averaging just under 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 2.5 assists a game for Smoky Valley this season. He leads the team in all three of those categories. Braylon Olson is at just under 8 points and 4 rebounds a game, 2 assists, 2 steals a game as well. Ty Heitschmidt has been the second leading scorer through 3 games this year. He had an injury and he didn't play. He got injured at Concordia last Friday and did not play on Monday. And he's averaging 12 points, 5.5 rebounds in the 3 games that he has played. And Atticus Pavlovich at 3.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. Caleb Burgard at a career-high 7 against Bell Plain there on Monday. He's averaging 3 points a game for Smoky Valley as well. So those are your leaders for the Vikings here in 2025-26. So Smoky Valley again at 2-2. Halstead 3-3. The Dragons being led by Damian Willock, averaging 15.5 points and 3.5 rebounds per contest. And he is the only double-figure scorer. Reese Carmichael at 9.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. And also they have Jackson Windling averaging 7.5 points and a rebound and a half a contest. Noah Brantley at 5.5 points and 7.5 rebounds leads the team in rebounding. Mario Diaz at 5 points and 4 rebounds a game for Halstead. And the Dragons at 3-3, Vikings 2-2 here in our contest tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll continue on our Midway Motors drive to the game from the Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
The Midway Motors drive to the game continues after this. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsborough. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Does your investment provide the chance to grow even when markets go down? Does it protect against losses? Does it provide income payments of at least 9%? If not, call Iron Horse Financial at 620-377-6456 or go to ironhorsebuffer.com.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
Hey, Bud Conklin here with Conklin Automotive Group. You've got a busy life, and we get that. That's why we offer local pickup and delivery for your vehicle when it needs service. Just call us or schedule online. We'll come to your home or workplace, pick up your car, service it exactly how you need, and bring it right back to you. No hassle, no waiting, just confidence. Find us in Hutchinson, Newton, Salina, or schedule at ConklinCars.com. Drive with confidence. Drive with Conklin.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Well, welcome back here in Lindsborg on KLBG, as it is Halstead and Smoky Valley in our boys contest. And we have a new thing that we're doing monthly here, and I want to read off and let everybody know our award winner. As this was so Swedish here in Lindsborg. It's a fun new thing that we're doing here, and I have some details on it that I want to read, but I don't want to get them wrong. Here was so Swedish, so we'll try to find all that here in a moment, but it's a new thing we're doing, and well, I found it now. The So Swedish Students of the Month is what we're doing. We're doing this with Smoky Valley and Bethany. CJ Rignell was the first winner for Bethany. So Swedish in downtown Lindsborg, proud to celebrate our Smoky Valley Sweet Student of the Month. And it is Keely Friesen from Smoky Valley Volleyball. She's on the dance team too, and you'll see her out here tonight. Keely Friesen is the Smoky Valley Student of the Month. So Swedish in downtown Lindsborg, proud to celebrate our Smoky Valley and Bethany Sweet Students of the Month. You can stop by So Swedish for Swedish candies and all your favorite sweets. because a little candy makes every day sweeter. Congratulations to Keely Friesen. We're going to let her know that she won and get her down there and get a gift certificate from So Swedish here in Lindsborg. Halstead and Smoky Valley on the boys' side. Smoky Valley 2-2, Halstead 3-3. We'll get you the starting lineups brought to you by Ag 360 Insurance. Here to partner in your legacy, contact Caden Starenetti or Cody Moores in Inman. Smoky Valley will start at point guard with Braylon Olson, a 6-foot senior, just under 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals a game. Also at guard is Brock Gangler, 5'10 senior, averaging 1.5 to 2.5 rebounds a game. Forward Merrick Anderson is a 6'2 senior, as he is averaging 2.5 points, just under 3 rebounds a game for Smoky Valley. He's in the lineup for Ty Heitschmidt. Again, Ty not out there tonight with the injury. Hopefully he'll be back to start the second semester here for the Vikings. Also forward Atticus Pavlovich, 6'4 senior, 3.5 points, 4 rebounds a game. And the final starter for Smoky Valley is Christian Ryan, the 6'8 senior, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and a steal per contest for Smoky Valley. Coached by Doug Schneider in his 14th year, 111 and 191, assisted by Alan Meyer and Haven Lysell. Halstead is coached by Lonnie Paramore, assisted by Jason Schneider and Braxton Miller for the Dragons. Lonnie Paramore in his first year at Halstead spent 17 seasons at Haven, CKL rival, and came over here to Halstead this year. 34th year overall. He's 426 and 267 in that time. Halstead's starting lineup looks like this. Reese Carmichael, a 5'7 junior, 9.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Damian Willock is a 5'11 sophomore, 15.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Noah Brantley, the 6'2 junior, averages 5.5 points and 7.5 boards. Mario Diaz, 6'6 senior, is the center, 5 points, 4 rebounds a game. And also Carlos Martinez at guard, 5'10 senior, 2 points, 2.5 rebounds for Halstead. Reese Carmichael averaging 3 assists a game and 3 steals a game. And Damian Willock at 3.5 steals a game to lead Halstead in that category. Halstead and Smoky Valley uniform update brought to you by Fresh Look Cleaners in Salina. It's our job to make you look your best. Smoky Valley in the home white uniforms, orange numbers trimmed in black, Vikings across the chest. They have the orange stripe with diagonal black stripes down the side of it as well on the shirt, jersey, and pants. And Halstead in their road blue uniforms, white numbers, Halstead in cursive on the chest. And they have kind of a block checkered side of their jersey. Remember Cincinnati's old uniforms used to have like the rectangles going down the side. That's what Halstead has. Toss is up and won by the Dragons. They have it to start, but a turnover early. Atticus Pavlovich has a steal on the far side for Smoky Valley. Braylon Olson looking in the middle of the lane for Christian Ryan, and a turnover for the Vikings. So each team turning it over once to start this game. Willock has it on the left side and fires a 3 that's halfway down and spinning out. And on the rebound, a foul called on Halstead. They get Mario Diaz with his first foul, first team foul called on the Dragons. Coach Paramore already off of his seat here and coaching the squad. I don't know if Coach Schneider even sat down, to be honest with you, to start this game. Pavlovich has it with the inbound play for Braylon Olson as Halstead puts on a little 1-2-2 press here, three-quarter court. Pass over to Braylon Olson across half court to the right side for Brock Gangler. 7:26 to play in the first. No score yet. Atticus Pavlovich left wing. Trying to split a couple defenders. Olson looking into the corner. Gangler feeds baseline for Ryan, and a kick ball by Halstead. We'll keep it right here with Smoky Valley. An inbound play coming on the baseline for the Vikings. Smoky Valley has had a pretty good record here historically lately. And a 3 on the left side off the inbound that misses. The rebound taken out by Halstead. I believe it was Gangler that took the 3. Right side, this is Carmichael. I was looking down for half a second. It was either Gangler or Olson. I couldn't see. Martinez with a bounce pass into the corner as Pavlovich tries to save it, and then it's into the hands of Carmichael, who ends up stepping out of bounds. And a turnover for Halstead gives it back to Smoky Valley. Vikings won the second meeting last year at home, 67-44. They battled the first time they played Halstead, had a lead in the first half, but ended up losing by 12. And then the prior meeting to that, they had lost by 7. Pass up ahead is out of the reach of all Viking players and out of bounds. Another turnover for Smoky Valley. So Smoky Valley has actually won 10 of the last 12, 11 of the last 14 in this series against Halstead. Carmichael had it tipped out by Ryan up top, but it's kept alive by Halstead. Gathered by Martinez, might have taken an extra step, and that's one of those spots where you say ball don't lie, because the ball was thrown out of bounds. Intended for Willock, and another turnover for Halstead as Smoky Valley has it back. 6:36 to play in the first quarter. No score yet. Olson across half court for Brock Gangler. And Brock taking a couple dribbles back to Braylon Olson. Left side to Anderson. Merrick looking back out to Olson. Feeding back left side. Anderson back to Olson on the left wing. Really doing a strong job of trying to keep the ball out of Ryan's hands. Braylon fires a three. Raised a little bit of net. Gangler saves it in, but right to Halstead. Dragon basketball in transition. Left side, Willick on the baseline. He's cut off there. Gets it back out. Three on the way for Martinez is off the mark. Rebound right block to Merrick Anderson for Smoky Valley. Both teams 0 for 2 from 3 to start this game have been the attempts from the floor. Olsen pressure gets it back to Gangler. Brock will head fake there. Looking for Pavlovich. Good back cut, right lane line. Atticus pull-up jump shot, spins around and out. Ryan the rebound. Strong put back up and spinning in for Christian Ryan. He's got his first basket of the game, and the Vikings take the early 2-0 lead. Halstead basketball coming the other way. Carmichael over to Willick, and we have a foul out top, I believe, on Atticus Pavlovich. It is called on Atticus, his first. Team foul number 1 on Smoky Valley. 5:33 to play, first quarter. Vikings leading it 2-0, and the inbound for Carmichael. Halstead kind of lined up on the baseline here as they set some screens, trying to get open. Left side, Willick on a bounce pass on the wing. Takes one dribble, top of the key to Martinez. It's a screen out there from Willick, who gets it back. Pressure out here from Gangler. Right side, Carmichael. Carmichael driving, free throw line at the elbow. Back over to Martinez, left side. Now Willick, left corner, set back three on the way. Halfway down and spinning out. Rebound knocked out. Last touched by Diaz for Halstead, and it goes back to Smoky Valley. 5:12 to play in the first quarter, and a 2-0 Viking lead. Ronnie Paramore talking to the official here on the near side. You can see him pushing in the motion. Blankly saying, watch for the push underneath. I didn't see that on the floor. I'm just saying what he's probably saying. Olsen with the bounce pass to Gingler, right side Pavlovich. Atticus back to Gingler. Brock takes one dribble, bounces back to Pavlovich in the corner. Head fake, ball stripped out of his hands and into the middle of the lane. A steal taken out by Brantley. Third turnover of the first quarter for Smoky Valley. Halstead coming the other way. Carmichael, left lane line, a floater on the way that misses. Offensive rebound goes through the legs of Brantley to Diaz. He misses the putback, got his own rebound and fouled. Going up with his second attempt. To the free throw line for Halstead is Diaz. And Merrick Anderson was the one that was calling for the foul, his first. Team foul number 2 on Smoky Valley. 4:37 to play in the first quarter and a 2-0 Viking lead. Diaz at the free throw line, shooting just 38% this season, misses the first one. Noah Deal will come into the game for the first time, the 5'9" senior, as he's in for Martinez. 4:37 here in this first quarter. Free throw coming up here for Diaz. Front rim missing, and Ryan has the rebound for Smoky Valley. Vikings up 2-0. Caleb Burgart checked in there at the last exchange on the free throw line. The 5'11" sophomore in from Eric Anderson. Feeding inside. Pavlovich was trying to go up, but he had it stripped away. And the Dragons come back. Deal has it out top to Carmichael. Hesitation move back to Deal on the left wing. 4:14 in the first quarter, a 2-0 Smoky Valley lead. Driving the left lane line. Deal throws up a shot well off the mark. Rebound tipped around by Diaz. Pavlovich tries to get it and does for Smoky Valley. Coach Paramore saw a push that he wanted called, and I'm not going to say that I'm disagreeing with him. Gingler has it in the corner, drives, baseline, bounce pass to Burgart, head fake three for Caleb. Front rim missing, rebound middle lane goes to Carmichael. Dragon basketball, left corner. Willick back over to Deal on the left wing. Feeds inside. Brantley fouled by Pavlovich, and a couple free throws coming up for Noah Brantley. Second foul on Atticus Pavlovich, the third team foul called on Smoky Valley. Two free throws coming up here for Noah Brantley. 3:40 to play in this first quarter and a 2-0 Viking lead. Brantley 44.5% from the line this season, 4 of 9 so far. Burgart and Gingler shifting positions here and lining up on the lane here. Brantley at the stripe for Halstead. First of 2 on the way, and that one's nothing but net. First point of the game for Halstead comes at the 3:40 mark. It's 2-1 in favor of the Vikings. Second free throw upcoming here for Brantley. Pavlovich checking out. Titus Griffith in for the first time. 6'3" senior for Smoky Valley. seeing his first action since a couple Fridays ago against Central Plains. The free throw was missed. Caleb Burgart got the rebound, and I'm not exactly sure where he was going with that ball. It ends up flying out of bounds in the near corner. Another Smoky Valley turnover, 5th of the game for the Vikings. Brantley 1 for 2 at the line. It's still a 1-point Smoky Valley lead at 2-1. Brantley out top. Willock left side to Carmichael. Pressured and double teamed with a bounce pass out top to Deal, and Braylon Olson trying to get a steal. A little bit too close. Gets called for a foul. That's his first, team foul number 4 on Smoky Valley in this first quarter. So Halstead keeps possession, and Deal to throw it in from the far sideline. Not a lot of flow yet in this game. Neither team has been able to get points on the board. It's 2-1. Gangler coming in from behind trying to get a steal and pushed Gavin Healy, the 6-foot senior, in the back, and he'll go to the free throw line for a 2-shot opportunity, as that's team foul number 5 on Smoky Valley already. 3:26 left in this first quarter. Gavin Healy with his first free throw attempts of the season for Halstead here in Game 7. And the Dragons 3-3 on the year. First free throw for Healy rattles around and out. They're going to tie this game up at 2 apiece. Halstead with wins over Central Christian Academy, Marion, and Hillsboro. Their losses have come to Rose Hill, Marine Academy in the championship in the Marion Classic, and Chaparral in double overtime last night. Second free throw missing for Healy. Rebound to Christian Ryan over to Braylon Olson. In that 1-2-2, about three-quarter court press for Halstead as Burgart brings it across half court, back over to Olson on the left wing. Braylon back to Burgart right side. Lob pass underneath for Ryan. Christian skies up for it. He gets fouled from behind as Healy went up to try to maybe attempt to block and picks up the foul. Did they say it was on the shot attempt or on the floor? I think they called it on the floor. Healy with his first personal, team foul number 2 on Halstead. Inbound play, Braylon Olson into the corner for Gangler. Brock spins off the defense, drives baseline, kicks back out to Olson. Braylon fakes, floater from the right lane line, misses. Rebound Christian Ryan. Ryan looking to go back up, powers up through, and he's fouled going up with a shot attempt. Coach Paramore was saying there was a push in the back again on that play, and now he's saying that his defender was straight up, but they didn't get that call. Second straight foul on Healy, the third team foul on Halstead. And Christian Ryan to the free throw line for Smoky Valley. He's made his way to the line already in the first 4 games, 34 times. First one for Christian this time is a little bit too strong and bouncing off. He's got another one coming up. Still 2-1 Smoky Valley. 2:58 to play in the first quarter. 34 free throw attempts. It means he's getting to the line 8.5. You can't get a half a time, but you know what I'm saying. Average-wise, 8.5 times per game for Christian Ryan at the charity stripe. Healy checks out after picking up a quick second foul, and Grayson Swift, 5'11 junior, is out there for the first time for Halstead. Second free throw for Ryan is in there for Smoky Valley. He's got all 3 early points for the Vikings. They lead 3-1 with 2:58 to play in the first quarter. Willock has it back out top for Carmichael. Carmichael over to the right side now for Deal. Deal, right side on the wing, extended Swift back out top to Carmichael at the volleyball spike line. 2:42 in the first quarter. Swift back to Carmichael. Pressure being put on by Olson, extended. Still extending out on Willock now to the top for Deal near half court. Halstead just keeps going back and back and back here. Left corner, Swift gets it on a three-pointer for Willock that misses. And on the rebound, it's taken out by Swift. Carmichael, the Deal on the left side. Now it turns, spinning off of Olson, back over to Willock. Right side wing now, Carmichael with it, back over to Deal. Extended on the left wing, he feeds inside, trying to get it back out to Carmichael from Brantley. Swift in the middle of the lane, head fake on Ryan. Shot blocked by Christian, he gets the rebound and a foul called on Grayson Swift. Team foul number 4 on Halstead and the first personal on Swift. 2:05 in the first quarter and a 3-1 lead for Smoky Valley. It's been a tough go for both offenses here early in this one. Inbound to Braylon Olson, up to Burgart. Caleb back to Olson. Braylon across half court over to the right side. Ryan fires a 3 in transition. Missed everything on the backside. Titus Griffith tracking down the rebound for Smoky Valley. Back out top to Olson. Braylon head fake in the lane. Left it short. Christian Ryan trying to get the rebound and a tie-up called. And Smoky Valley will keep the possession here. Smoky Valley players are all going over to the other end of the floor, and it's their basketball. 1:48 to play in the first quarter and a 3-1 lead for the Vikings. Braylon Olson to throw it in. Lonnie Paramore still on the officials looking for that push. Inbound goes to Ryan. Christian backing into the defense, took an extra step. Traveling on Ryan, will send it back to Halstead. Merrick Anderson checking back into the game for Smoky Valley for Brock Gangler. 1:45 in the first quarter and a 3-1 lead for Smoky Valley. A big thanks to all of our sponsors, including Scooters Coffee, Farm Bureau Luke Bauer, Inman Funeral Home, and Headland Electric, Art Shirt Gear for Sport, the Bradbury Company, and the Hub, bringing you our Hub Brick Oven player of the game in the postgame. Crossover dribble deal, pressured by Braylon Olson, and Braylon gets the pickpocket there. Olson has it knocked out. Titus Griffith bringing it up the floor. Underneath for Ryan. Christian layup in on the assist from Titus Griffith. I think Titus probably could have taken that all the way himself, but Ryan scores and has all 5 early points. It's a 5-1 lead for Smoky Valley. 1:17 to play first quarter. Halstead still looking for their first field goal in the game as Carmichael's pressured by Olson. Bounce pass near corner to Deal. Titus Griffith putting pressure on. Ball's tipped. Knocked down. And a steal for Caleb Burgart. A foul coming back the other way on Grayson Swift, his second. Another turnover for Halstead as Smoky Valley putting pressure on this near corner trap. Free throws coming up here for Smoky Valley. Caleb Burgart to the line for 2 attempts. 2 for 2 on the season. Caleb again with 7 points, a career high against Belle Plaine on Monday. Looking to get on the board here tonight. 1:05 in the first quarter. Smoky Valley with a 5-1 lead. Burgart, the first player other than Christian Ryan to score in this game. He makes the free throw, and it's a 6-1 Viking lead. As Martinez is back into the game, so is Diaz for Halstead for Swift and Brantley. Second free throw for Burgart. The buzzer sounded right as he was shooting, and Caleb puts it in. He made it at the buzzer. You don't see that very much on a free throw. 7-1 the score. Christian Ryan getting a breather here as Chandler Reed comes in, the 6'4 senior for the first time. He had 4 points and 6 boards against Belle Plaine. A solid night there for Chandler, the senior. Halstead basketball, the 7-1 Viking lead. Pressure over on that far side on Deal. Carmichael has it back to Deal on the left wing. Bounce pass into the corner. Willick tries another 3. That one's off the side, missing, and a rebound goes to Caleb Burgart. Halstead struggling to get the ball in the basket and get their first field goal this first quarter. Cross half court. This is Burgart with it. Bounce pass looking into the corner and kicked out of bounds over there by Reese Carmichael of Halstead. The possession stays with the Vikings. 39.8 on the clock in quarter number 1 and a 7-1 Smoky Valley advantage. Inbound goes on the far sideline in the backcourt to Braylon Olson. Olson dribbles into a double team, but he gets into the corner quickly to Anderson. Merrick pressured. He gets double teamed back to Olson. Braylon at the right elbow. With it back into the corner, Anderson left that spot and a steal for Deal. Deal up ahead to Willick. 24 seconds left first quarter. Willick takes baseline. Bank shot counts and a foul on Chandler Reed. Damian Willick giving Halstead their first field goal of the game. It's a 7-3 lead now for Smoky Valley. And with 21.3 seconds in the first quarter, Halstead has their first field goal of the game. And Willick has a chance to cut this to a 1-possession lead if he can complete the 3-point play, and he does. Shooting 78% from the line, Damian Willick makes it 7-4 Smoky Valley. Subbing out for the Dragons is Willick. And in for the first time is Wyatt Hobbs, a 5'8 sophomore. Smoky Valley basketball after the 3-point play. Burgart tries to save it near side after a tip and a steal for Halstead. The turnover for the Vikings. Up the floor, Diaz missed the shot. Burgart the rebound, and Diaz calling for his second foul for Halstead. So Caleb Burgart will go back to the free throw line for the Dragons. Coach Paramore frustrated with the amount of fouls on bigs here early in this game as he tells Noah Brantley to come back into the game, likely for Diaz picking up his second foul. Again, Burgart to the line. He's 4 for 4 on the season after starting 2 for 2 tonight. 9.7 on the clock in the first quarter. The first one, nothing but net for Caleb. He has 3, and it's an 8-4 Viking lead. A 2-possession contest again as Brantley comes back in for Diaz for Halstead. Second attempt coming up here for Caleb Burgart. That one hits front rim and misses. Rebound tipped around and taken out by Brantley. Halstead basketball, 4 seconds left in this first quarter. Carmichael left side goes into the corner. A 3 for Deal on the way. Right at the buzzer, missing. And that's the end of the first quarter. After one, it's Smoky Valley 8, Halstead 4. We take a timeout. We're back in 60 seconds for the second quarter from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
Locally owned and rooted in agriculture, Terra Financial Crop Insurance knows farming. With hands-on experience, they're invested in protecting your fields and future. Call Ryan Buznitz in Mound Ridge and McPherson today. Terra Financial, growing security, one field at a time.
Smoky Valley Bakery invites you to stop in and treat yourself to some of the best baked goods around. Locally owned and made from scratch from their kitchen to yours. Smoky Valley Bakery, 118 South Main Street in Lindsborg. Smoky Valley Bakery in Lindsborg.
From leaks to major home upgrades, the licensed experts at Gearing Home Services are there to take care of your plumbing needs. Gearing Home Services can install Water-Right water softener systems to remove hard minerals, leaving your water softer, cleaner, and better tasting. And will install Bradford White tankless water heaters so you'll never run out of hot water. Choose Gearing Home Services in Mound Ridge for all your plumbing needs. GearingHomeservices.com since 1897. Come see what a century worth of knowledge and customer service can do.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in here from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. After one quarter, it is Smoky Valley leading over Halstead 8-4. The Dragons will have the basketball moving left to right here in quarter number 2. Leading the way for the Vikings in the first quarter was Christian Ryan with 5. 3 points for Caleb Burghardt. There's your 8. And the Dragons got 3 from Damian Willock and 1 free throw from Noah Brantley for their 4. Willock on the baseline with a pull-up shot missing. Rebound Christian Ryan on the left side of the rim. Viking basketball, the 4-point lead. Olsen across half court. Looking, holding, goes left side to Merrick Anderson. Original starting 5 back on the court to start the second quarter. Gingler, Anderson, Olsen, Ryan, and Pavlovich for Smoky Valley. Atticus picked up 2 first-quarter fouls, so he'll have to be careful in the second. Olsen fakes on a 3 on the right wing into the corner for Gingler. Brock looking inside and took an extra step. Traveling called on Gingler. Turnover number 9 in the first half for Smoky Valley. Remind everybody, the game brought to you by Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, offering customizable curriculum at every grade level. Smoky Valley Public Schools, we champion for all students. Reese Carmichael across half court has it the volleyball spike line. Over to the near side now for Hobbs. Carmichael left side. Willock fakes on a 3. Back to Carmichael. Hobbs on the right wing. Pressure by Pavlovich. Carmichael has it. 3 out top for Halstead, and he buries it. Reese Carmichael with the 3-pointer. And it's a 1-point lead for Smoky Valley at 8-7. Hobbs comes from behind Pavlovich and steals it away and lays it in. Wyatt Hobbs with a steal and score, and all of a sudden Halstead has a 1-point lead at 9-8. Smoky Valley basketball. Olsen across half court to Pavlovich, extended left wing. Atticus taking a couple dribbles, picks it up back to Olsen. Out of his reach, and another steal for Halstead. Quickly up the floor as they get it underneath, and a layup good for Willock on the assist from Martinez on the right side, and it's a 11-8 lead for Halstead. Currently on a 7-0 run. 6:19 left in this first quarter. 7-0 start to the second quarter. Nice feed inside to Christian Ryan, who gets position and lays it up and in to stop the bleeding a little bit here for Smoky Valley. Back to a 1-point Halstead lead at 11-10. Dragons wasted no time getting back into the front court. Carmichael to Willock into the corner now for Martinez for 3. That misses. Rebound taken out by Pavlovich for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball. Coming up the floor across half court is Braylon Olsen. He fakes out top. Now gets it to Ryan. Christian with a head fake. Couple dribbles into the corner for Anderson. Merrick holding right back to Ryan. Backing in on the defense. Ryan head fakes up the layup and he scores. 9 points now for Christian Ryan in this first half. The Vikings back up by 1, 12-11. 4 straight for Smoky Valley after Halstead had scored 7 in a row to take a lead. Into the corner, a head fake, dribble drive baseline, shooting over Ryan, and missing that time was Hobbs, and I think they got a foul on Atticus Pavlovich here. Nope, it's actually on Braylon Olsen on the rebound. Pavlovich is checking out of the game, though, as Braylon got called for his second foul. 5:26 to play in this first half. Doug Schneider thought it was on Pavlovich, too. That's why he took him out of the game and brought Burghardt back in. Right side, Deal has it into the corner. Carmichael tries another 3. That one's halfway down and out. And another rebound for Christian Ryan. Viking basketball, the 1-point lead. 5:16 to play in the first half. Olsen over to Gingler. Brock across half court. Pressure gets it back to Olsen. Braylon holding, head fake back to Gingler. Brock drives in, a lot of contact, lost the basketball, no foul call, and the turnover for Smoky Valley. Willock hands it off in the middle of the lane for Brantley. The ball's knocked loose. Gingler tips it enough to get it over to Burgard. Another turnover for Halstead. Burgard running the floor to Olsen. Braylon with a pull-up bank shot from the right lane line in from about 7. And Braylon Olsen has his first bucket of the game. Smoky Valley back up 3, 14-11. Out top they go. Carmichael, deal. Carmichael left side looking for Willock, and he whipped that pass over out of the reach of Willock and out of bounds back to Smoky Valley. Braylon Olsen lacing up the shoes here. Gives me time to tell you about a few more of our sponsors for the broadcast, including MTC, Gearing Hardware, Hutchinson Community College, Alliance Agency, APAC Shears, Raleigh Insurance, McPherson Dental Care, and Pile Law. Caleb Burgard with a bounce pass over to Braylon Olsen across half court. Olsen, no look back to Burgard. Lob pass underneath for Ryan. Christian, nice speed. Baseline to Merrick Anderson. Missed it. Ryan's got the rebound. Putback missed. He got his own board. Back up and in for Christian Ryan. 6 in the quarter and 11 in the game now for Smoky Valley. 16-11 the score. Vikings leading it by 5. Deal for 3 out top. Missing. Ryan has another rebound. Christian bringing it up the floor himself this time for Smoky Valley. Skips it over to Braylon Olsen, extended right wing. Braylon picks up the dribble, flashing in the middle lane. Burgard baseline to Brock Gingler. Up with the shot, too strong. Caleb's got an offensive rebound out to Christian Ryan. Ryan drives in, jump stop, pull-up jump shot in for Christian Ryan. 8 in the quarter and 13 in the first half. Timeout, Ronnie Paramore and Halstead. Smoky Valley has gone on a 10-0 run, and they lead 18-11. We're back in 60 seconds with 3:48 on the clock. Here from the Midway Motors broadcast booth is Viking basketball on KLBG.
The Kansas legal team at Pile Law handles cases in McPherson County and throughout the state of Kansas. Now is the time to call for your free consultation. This is Liz Pile, and my husband Tom has over 25 years of experience in all matters relating to workers' compensation, car wrecks, and personal injury law. Tom takes the time to evaluate your options, inform you of your rights, and walks you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Contact me at 620-241-9000, and I'll schedule your appointment with Tom today.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
3:48 left in the first half. Smoky Valley on a 10-0 run, as 8 of those points have come from Christian Ryan, 2 for Braylon Olsen in the mix. And it is a 18-11 lead. It's been an interesting second quarter because Halstead scored the first 7 points of the quarter to take a lead of 11-8, and then Smoky Valley reels off 10 in a row. And the Dragons have the basketball out of the timeout. Noah Deal to throw it in for Halstead. As he gets to Carmichael, bringing it up the floor. Carmichael dribbling volleyball spike line, goes over to the left wing into the corner for Deal. Feeding inside to Brantley, trying to back in on Christian Ryan. Christian stays straight up, not allowing the shot. Carmichael out top, back to Deal on the left wing. Deal being pressured and double teamed, back to Carmichael. Whips a pass inside. Backing in, this is Healy with it. Back over to Deal. 3 from the left wing. Bouncing off the mark. Ryan goes up high for the rebound again for Smoky Valley. Not only is Christian scoring a lot of points, he's patrolling the boards as well. Pass goes to Ryan at the right elbow. Pull-up jump shot on the way. Spinning around and out. Burgard a little bit too early, trying to jump up for that rebound. And the board taken by Halstead, but a steal the other way, taken by Braylon Olsen. Olsen pushing the floor. He's got 3 on 2. Steps back, and Halstead's able to get back defensively. Back to Olsen. Right side to Anderson. Merrick into the corner for Burgard. Caleb holding there. Takes a dribble and drives baseline. Drifts it over to Christian Ryan. Head fake, splits the defenders, lays it up and in. 10 in the quarter, 15 in the game now for Christian Ryan, and it is 20-11 on a 12-0 run for Smoky Valley. 2:37 to play in the first half. Deal goes right side to Carmichael. Titus Griffith will check in at the next whistle here for the Vikings. Smoky Valley in a 2-3 zone defense here as Carmichael has it back near the half-court circle. Actually at the circle at half-court. Left side Deal feeding inside. Good post up high, and now top of the key. An open 3 is in for Carmichael. His second 3 of this quarter, and it ends a 12-0 run for Smoky Valley. 20-14 the score. Vikings with the basketball in the lead. Ryan coming up the floor, had a foot on the line, top of the key. It rolls out. Burgard there for the rebound, put back in one motion. What a play from Caleb Burgard off the miss by Christian Ryan. 22-14, an 8-point Smoky Valley lead. Feeding inside, this is Brantley trying to shoot over Ryan, and Christian denied that one real quick. Viking basketball, an 8-point lead, 1:45 first half. Olsen into the corner for Anderson. Merrick had the ball tipped. Back to Olsen, though, on the right side. Pull up free throw line jumper off of a fake. Nothing but net for Braylon Olsen. Biggest lead of the first half for Smoky Valley at 10. 24-14. A minute and a half to play in the first half. Right side on the wing. This is Willock with it. He fires a deep three from the right side. That misses. Ryan gets the rebound again for Smoky Valley. So the Vikings with it. Anderson in the corner. I wanted to write that Caleb Burgart put back down as possibly my hot brick oven play of the game. Anderson spins on the baseline, nearly lost it. Bounces into the corner for Olsen. 1:03 to play first half. Braylon traveled on a little jump stop on the right elbow. Caleb Burgart knocks down a 3-0 but net after he had got that pass and the whistle blew. So that's unfortunate for Smoky Valley with the turnover. As Hobbs comes back in for Deal for Halstead. Ryan and Olsen are both getting a breather for Smoky Valley. Back in are Reed and Griffith. 1:01 to play in the first half. Smoky Valley leading by 10, 24-14. It's been a great second quarter for Smoky Valley, as they have a 16-10 advantage here in the second. Caleb Burgart picks the pocket of Carmichael out near half court all the way to the rack. Layup in. Caleb's already tied his career high with 7 in the first half for Smoky Valley. The lead is now 12 at 26-14. Halstead basketball. Carmichael out top, pressured by Gingler. Goes left side, Hobbs. Back to Carmichael. 32 seconds in the first half. Carmichael into the corner for Hobbs. One dribble back to Carmichael. Hesitates, crosses over on Gingler. Drives over to the left elbow, into the lane. Nice no-look pass underneath. Griffith recovering defensively. Had to foul, and Noah Brantley will go to the free throw line as he was fouled hard by Griffith. The first on Titus. First team foul on Smoky Valley in this second quarter. Halstead's only been called. Actually, that was a second team foul on Smoky Valley. Halstead's not been called for any fouls yet here in this second quarter. 2 free throws coming up for Noah Brantley. 1 for 2 from the line so far in the game. First one on this trip is in there for Brantley. He has 2 points, and it's a 26-15 lead for Smoky Valley. Martinez back into the game for Healy for Halstead. And Braylon Olsen coming back in, as well as Christian Ryan for Smoky Valley. Just a quick breather as they'll probably get the ball back offensively at some point here. Gingler and Griffith both checking out for Smoky Valley. And actually they want Gingler and Anderson as Griffith stays out there for Smoky Valley. Brantley with a second free throw attempt upcoming. He's 2 for 3 now. He went 1 for 2 on his first trip. Looking to better that on the second time around. He won't. Second free throw misses, and Ryan and Griffith were both going for the rebound. And was there a foul call on Halstead on the board? Or a foul called on Chandler Reed? Or no, a lane violation. Redo this one for Noah Brantley. 21.3 on the clock with 26-15 lead here in the first half for Smoky Valley. Second free throw for Brantley this time is nothing but net, so he got a second opportunity and took advantage of it. Leads down to 10 for Smoky Valley at 26-16. Viking basketball. Burgart going over to Olsen. Olsen has it, 15 on the clock. Cross half court over high, intended for Burgart. It's tipped and then stolen away, but stepping out of bounds after the steal was Hobbs for Halstead. Inbound now for Smoky Valley to throw it in for the Vikings. Caleb Burgart. Actually, Titus will throw it in. So Griffith stands near side, just in the front court, in front of the announcer's table. Griffith looks for Olsen. Braylon across half court. Back over to Burgart. Caleb, head fake. Looking. Christian Ryan has a seal on the inside. Ball goes into his hands. Head fake. Layup on the way. Rolling off. And that's the end of the first half. Boy, Christian had a good seal well earlier in the possession, and then kind of had to rush that shot in the end. 26-16, the halftime score. Smoky Valley leading it by 10. We're going to take a timeout. We're back with our First Bank Kansas halftime report after the break. This is Viking basketball on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Coverage of Smoky Valley Vikings basketball continues next with the First Bank Kansas halftime report. First Bank Kansas is banking made personal. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and as the holiday chaos kicks in, know that we're here for any sales or service needs that you may have. Check us out online at www.midwaymotors.com or stop by and see us in person.
Happy holidays from our family to yours. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
At People's Bank and Trust, we value our customers. We know you have plenty of choices for your mortgage loans, but we think we have what you're looking for, relationship banking. And if you're considering refinancing or purchasing a new home, check our competitive rates before you make that change. Your payments will be made at home, and you'll receive good personalized service. That's how we've established many long-lasting relationships. Make a change, know your lender, and make your payments at home with People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Lane Gillespie with your Ad Astra Radio halftime report. Don't forget to tune in to 98.9 1540 KMCP and on the Ad Astra Radio app tonight at 10:30, where you can listen to the high school basketball scoreboard show and hear all of the score updates from around the state of Kansas. It will be the final edition of 2025, as the next edition of the scoreboard show will be in January. This morning, the Kansas City Royals announced that they have acquired a left-handed pitcher, Matt Strom, from the Philadelphia Phillies in a trade in exchange for right-handed pitcher Jonathan Bolin. Strom, who used to play in the Jayhawk Conference collegiately at Neosho County Community College in Chanute, returns to the Royals after being in KC from 2016 and into 2017, but he was with the Phillies for the last few seasons, where he was a part of the National League All-Star team in 2024. This past year, he had a 2-3 win-loss record out of the bullpen with a 2.74 ERA in 66 games, where in 62 1/3 innings pitched, he struck out 70 batters and he walked only 20. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs continued practice yesterday, but the injuries continue to stack up as they prepare to face off against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. Defensive tackle Derek Nottie was added to the injury report yesterday due to an illness. Chris Jones was still a limited participant with a hamstring injury. Linebacker Leo Chenal, offensive linemen Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor, and wide receivers Rashee Rice and Tyquan Thornton did not practice for the second straight day. Defensive back Trent McDuffie did return to practice on Thursday, but he was limited. Kickoff on Sunday is at noon. And tonight officially begins this season's college football playoff. It is the second rendition of the 12-team playoff. The opening round starts off tonight as the number 8 Oklahoma Sooners face off against the number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide at 7 o'clock. The winner of that game faces Indiana next week. Then there will be 3 games tomorrow. Number 7 Texas A&M hosts number 10 Miami at 11 a.m. as whoever wins will play number 2 Ohio State in the next round. Number 6 Ole Miss will host number 11 Tulane at 2:30 on Saturday. The winner of that game plays Georgia. And then number 5 Oregon will host number 12 James Madison. The winner of that game will face the Big 12 champions Texas Tech. And tomorrow morning, the Kansas State Wildcats men's basketball team faces off against the South Dakota Coyotes at Bramlage Coliseum in what will be their final game just before the holiday break. K-State is currently 7-4 on the year, but they are in the midst of a 2-game winning streak after defeating Creighton last Saturday 83-76. South Dakota enters 7-6 out of the Missouri Valley Conference, and it is the 11th overall meeting between K-State and South Dakota. K-State has won all 10 meetings, but the last time they met was in 2015. Tip-off on Saturday is at 11 a.m. That's your halftime report. More basketball coverage is coming up next.
Living the sweet life at So Swedish in Lindsborg. Explore Swedish candies you won't find anywhere else. Plus all the classic favorites you love. Bring the kids or just the kid in you. Living the sweet life at So Swedish, downtown Lindsborg.
At Mid-Kansas Credit Union, we live by our motto, grounded in the past, growing for the future. We are a full-service credit union with offices in Mound Ridge and Buhler. Mid-Kansas Credit Union would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season.
Why choose I Need a Cleaners? Expert dry cleaning and our professional shirt service. We take time to care for all your special items. When laundry piles up, let us do it for you. I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes.
Mann Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys.
Liability issues are complex. The manufacturer fought and fought. The best offer today was $30,000. The jury returned a verdict for a little over $11.1 million.
Mann Wyatt Tanksley Injury Attorneys. Big firm muscle, small firm hustle.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the First Bank Kansas halftime report here on KLBG as the Smoky Valley Vikings have a 26-16 lead over Halstead after one half of basketball. Another big game already from Christian Ryan as he has 15 of the 26 Smoky Valley points at halftime. 7 points for Caleb Burgart. So they've combined for 23 out of 26. Or, I can't do math, 22 out of 26. The other 4 points for Braylon Olson in that second quarter. Ryan went 7 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 2 at the free throw line for Smoky Valley. Again, 15 points. He's in double figures for the 5th time in 5 games, and well on his way to his 4th 20-point game in 5 attempts for the Vikings. Caleb Burgart's already matched a career high with 7 here in this one. He had 7 against Belle Plaine on Monday night for the Vikings. So again, at 15 for Ryan, 7 for Burgart, 4 for Gingler in the first. For Olson in the first half for Smoky Valley. For Halstead, they didn't get their first field goal until the 21.3 mark of the first quarter, and they were led in the first half by Reese Carmichael with 6. Damian Willick has 5 for the Dragons. 3 points for Noah Brantley and 2 for Wyatt Hobbs. Is your 16 for the Dragons in half number 1. Let's get at halftime. It's Smoky Valley 26, Halstead 16. We're going to take a timeout. We come back. We'll get you the scoreboard update from McPherson Dental Care and into the second half. The Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on KLBG.
More of the First Bank Kansas halftime report is coming up. First Bank. Choose a bank that works for you. KLBG Lindsborg. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
At Blue Stem Communities, they believe in living well at every stage of life. With trusted locations in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson, they're proud to offer vibrant senior living options from independent living to assisted care and skilled nursing. Each community is grounded in compassion, connection, and a commitment to nonprofit mission. Come and see what living well can be at Blue Stem Communities. Live well with Blue Stem Communities in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson.
Power is in their name. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro is your complete auto parts and outdoor power equipment store for your family, farm, and ranch. Need an oil change, battery, or parts? Ag Power Inc. has the brands you know and trust. Come by and see the difference on the north side of Hillsboro on Orchard, right next to the Dollar General. Conveniently open weekdays from 7:30 to 6 and Saturdays 7:30 to 4. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro is your source for Hustler mowers and Husqvarna power products. Stop in today.
At Nextech Wireless, get the iPhone 17 on us. iPhone 17 comes in 4 gorgeous colors with a brighter 6.3-inch display and a ceramic 2 shield front that's 3 times more scratch resistant. Capture super high resolution shots by default with the advanced 48MP dual fusion camera system and have flexible ways to frame your shot with dual capture video for simultaneous front and rear recording. Nextech Wireless, connecting Kansas.
Where good times been, break of it up where dreams begin. Brewed and baked just for you. The Hub's the place for something true.
Hey, it's Sammy from the Hub Brick Oven and Brewery, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. The station, Coffee and Bakery, is open at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday for all your coffee, bakery, and ice cream fixes. Don't forget to try one of our delicious appetizers. Our brick oven is fired up from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Come get your grub at the Hub.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
And we'll welcome you back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth here on KLBG. And we have an update of the scoreboard brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. As Heston has suffered their first loss of the season. We're going to tell you about that here momentarily. The score here at halftime, Smoky Valley leading over Halstead 26-16. Heston fell in the semifinals of the Rock Creek Invitational 56-54, the score in that one. And some other scores that we do have here from tonight. Again, the Halstead girls moving to 6-0 with a win over Smoky Valley. The final in that one, 49-27. Hunch beat Arc City tonight, 71-16. Wellington over Andale, 37-25. Marion over Sterling, 42-41. Sacred Heart winning over Lyons, 62-23 on the girls' side. Ellenwood last night beat Central Plains, 54-32. Central Plains losing to TMP Marion tonight, 46-36. Some of the scores of interest here. And we do have some other halftime scores on the boys' side that we're going to get to you here momentarily as we are rolling and underway in half number 2 in Lindsborg. Smoky Valley basketball moving left to right. Again, they lead at 26-16 over the Halstead Dragons. Atticus Pavlovich fires a three-pointer that misses from the near corner, and it's out of bounds on the rebound off of Smoky Valley. Other scores at halftime. Sacred Heart leading the Lions boys 22-21. Andale over Wellington after 15-8. Sterling leads Marion 38-27 at halftime on the boys' side as well. Halstead basketball, early third quarter. And Smoky Valley with that 10-point lead going into the second half. A feed inside. Diaz found himself open against Olsen and lays it up and in. Mario Diaz with his first basket of the game. 26-18. Smoky Valley still up by 8. Same starters that started the game for the Vikings. They have Pavlovich, Gingler, Anderson, Ryan, and Olsen. Halstead starting the same way as well. Carmichael, Willick, Martinez, Brantley, and Diaz. Feed underneath. Merrick Anderson. Good feed inside to Ryan, who had it stripped away. He wanted a foul and didn't get the call. Turnover there for Smoky Valley as Halstead has it back. Olsen strips it away, though, in the near corner out of the hands of Willick. Another turnover for Halstead. Braylon pushes the floor up out top for Ryan. Christian drives inside. Shot blocked by Diaz. Ryan trying to get it back. It's tipped around and taken away by Halstead again. Quickly across half court. This is Martinez. Back out to Carmichael. Swinging it right side for Willick. Willick back out to Carmichael. Free throw line. Brantley back to Willick. Open for three from the right side. He misses it. Good box from Pavlovich. Trying to throw it off of the Halstead player Martinez, who then tries to save it but was standing out of bounds, and the ball goes back to Smoky Valley. Kind of a frantic pace early on here in this third quarter. Just one bucket scored for Halstead. A 26-18 Smoky Valley lead as Braylon Olsen comes the other way. Gangler with it. Head fakes. Ryan can't control the bounce pass that was close to his feet, and it flies out of bounds. Back to Halstead. Another Viking turnover as Doug Schneider just paces that sideline back to the near corner. Coach Schneider again in his 14th year as the head coach for the Smoky Valley boys basketball team. Left side, Carmichael fires a three and knocks it down. That's his third three of the game and a 9-point game for Carmichael. The lead down to 5. A 5-0 start to the third quarter for Halstead. 2 minutes into the second half. Christian Ryan with a couple dribbles. Back over to Olsen. Extended volleyball spike line on the right wing. Flashing back to the high post in the right elbow is Ryan. He turns on Diaz. Feeds underneath. Pavlovich from about 7. Missed everything. And the backside rebound goes to Martinez. Dragon basketball. 5-point lead. Carmichael at 3. Left side. That one bounces over and hit the cable on top of the backboard out of bounds. It will go back to the Vikings. 5:38 in the third quarter, 26-21 the score. Braylon Olsen with it. No pressure in the backcourt from Halstead, but Olsen brings it across half court into the corner for Anderson. Merrick back to Olsen. Back to Anderson. Left corner, Merrick for 3. It spins around halfway down. It popped out. Rebound taken out there by Brantley this time for Halstead. Dragon basketball in transition. Willick thought about a 3. Carmichael right side. Martinez fires a 3. That one bounces off the back and misses, and Pavlovich has a long rebound for Smoky Valley. Quick outlet to Anderson. Merrick up the floor. That was an easy offensive foul. Carmichael stepped in front, and Merrick just completely put that shoulder down right into his chest. And a foul on Anderson. A turnover for Smoky Valley. And it goes back to the Dragons. Still 26-21. Halstead basketball. Carmichael across half court. Martinez back to Carmichael. Pressure defense from Braylon Olsen. Crossover dribble. Carmichael into the corner for Martinez. Back to Carmichael. Just barely able to get that before it went back into the back court, and he'll reset offensively on top. Olsen extending the defense out there. Diaz drives in, and Pavlovich got him across the arm. I don't know if he was going to try to shoot a shot there or not. We'll see what they called here. Second team foul. Third personal on Atticus Pavlovich. They do say that Diaz was headed to the basket in the act of shooting, so 2 free throws coming up for Mario. 0 for 2 in the game and 8 of 23 on the season from the line. As Pavlovich over here not liking the call. First free throw for Diaz popped up really high, but it went back down and in. 3 points for Diaz, all here in this third quarter. 6-0 start to this third quarter for Halstead as Pavlovich checks out. Burgart back in. Again, Caleb with 7 first half points for Smoky Valley. Hoping to pick that back up here in half number 2. Second free throw for Diaz. Spins around and out. Christian Ryan has a rebound in front of the left block there for Smoky Valley. So a 4-point lead now for Smoky Valley at 26-22. Olsen has it across half court. Braylon Extended on the left side here, going against the zone. A 3-2 from Halstead at the moment. Anderson lobs inside, knocked out from behind by Brantley, and then a foul on Merrick trying to go get that ball back. The third on Anderson, and team foul number 3 on Smoky Valley. 4 turnovers in this quarter as Titus Griffith will come back into the game for Smoky Valley from Merrick Anderson. 4:21 to play in the third, and a 26-22 Viking lead. 6-0 start to this second half for Halstead as they look to add to it, cut into this lead a little bit more. Carmichael across half court to the left side for Martinez, and back to Carmichael. Olsen extends out and pressures on defense. Pass inside was tipped out by Ryan. He got pushed in the back, so Ryan pushes Diaz back. No foul called either way. Carmichael with a no-look pass underneath, looking for Diaz. Back to Martinez, out top Carmichael. Head fake with a crossover dribble, left side out of Willa. Back out top to Carmichael. Whips a pass into Diaz. Puts up a shot and scores over Christian Ryan. Mario Diaz with 5 in the quarter. The lead is down to 2 for Smoky Valley at 26-24 with an 8-0 run to start the second half for Halstead. Coming up the floor, we have a foul, and the bucket counts for Christian Ryan. A chance at a three-point play here as that ends the 8-0 run for Halstead. The shot went in, did it not? Free throw coming up for Christian Ryan on a three-point opportunity, and he knocks it down. 18 points now for Christian Ryan, and it's 29-24. Vikings with the advantage. Foul back there was on Brantley, his first. And the first team foul on Halstead since the first quarter. They didn't get called for any fouls in the second quarter. Big play from Christian Ryan on the three-point opportunity. Put an end to an 8-0 run, and a depth nominee for the play of the game. Willett blows by Ryan here, and Christian trying to block his shot gets called for a foul. His first 14 foul on Smoky Valley. And Damian Willett will go to the free throw line. He is 1 for 2 in the game from the stripe. They're actually 1 for 1, as he had a three-point play in the first quarter. Knocks down the first free throw attempt on this trip. Willock has 6. 29-25 the score, as Gavin Healy comes back into the game for Mario Diaz. Second free throw for Willock hits front rim and misses, and Christian Ryan has another board. Willock now 2 for 3 from the line in the game for Halstead. Smoky Valley leading it by 4, 29-25. Viking basketball. Olsen over to Brock Gingler. One dribble back to Olsen. Looking to go somewhere with it. Skip pass baseline. Griffith out to Burgart. 3 for Caleb. Put it on the board. Nothing but net for Caleb Burgart. The first double-figure game of his career. He's got 10. It's 32-25. Smoky Valley up the floor. A miss underneath is taken out by Ryan on the shot from Brantley. Olsen the other way for Smoky Valley. Across half court, Ryan has it. Picks up his dribble. Back over to Olsen. Olsen holding. Back to Burgart near corner. Caleb with a head fake. Skips it back out top. It's over the head of Gingler and headed out of bounds on the far sideline. Back to Halstead. 5th turnover this quarter for Smoky Valley as the Dragons have it back. A 7-point Smoky Valley lead. And the inbound play for Reese Carmichael. Over to the left wing, now to Noah Deal. Deal back out top for Carmichael. Screen out top for Brantley. Carmichael spins. The ball stripped out by Olsen, and a steal off a tip by Gingler. Here come the Vikings the other way. Braylon pull up 3 right side. Bounces off the back iron and misses, and a rebound goes to Healy. That'd be a big shot if it would have went down, as Deal comes up the floor, misses a shot there. Might have pushed off a little bit trying to get the shot attempt, and Ryan has the rebound. He's just trying to make sure nobody's messing with him, so he kind of flailed that arm to get off the defender. Griffith a 3 from the corner wide open. Titus misses this one. Backside rebound offensively though for Burgart. Back out top. 3 for Olsen. He had it halfway down and out, and then a rebounding foul called. I think they got Christian Ryan with this one. Well, a couple looks there for the Vikings that would have brought the house down. Actually 3 of them here. This foul is actually called on Ryan, and that's his second. And team foul number 5, so 2 free throws coming up for Halstead. It's not a player control foul. It was on the rebound, so free throws for the Dragons. 32-25 the score. Caleb Burgart coming over to the bench here to, I don't know, he needs a drink or what his situation is. That's what the situation is. And free throws coming up here for Gavin Healy. First one on the way and rolling in. He's now 1 for 3 in the game from the line. 32-26. Lead is down to 6 for Smoky Valley. Another free throw upcoming for Healy. Second one on the way and in for Healy. So he goes 2 for 2 on that trip, and it's back to a 5-point lead at 32-25 or 27. Smoky Valley with the advantage. Viking basketball. Ryan, nice hesitation move. Got Healy in the air. Up the shot, fouled. And 2 free throws coming up for Christian as he missed the shot. Foul number 3 on Gavin Healy. The second team foul on the Dragons in this third quarter. Christian Ryan with 18, looking for his 4th 20-point game of the season already in 5 games. First free throw is nothing but net for Ryan. He's got 19. 33-25 the score. The minute 42 left in the third quarter. Second free throw for Christian. Takes his time, puts it up, left it short off the front rim, but Tyus Griffith has the rebound for Smoky Valley out to Braylon Olson. Ryan goes 1 for 2 on that trip. He's 3 for 5 from the line in the game. 3 from Griffith, left corner, missing. Tip on the rebound. Burgart had it for a second, but lost it. Pass up ahead, now to Willock. Willock out top. Head fake by Hobbs in transition. Right side to Deal for Halstead. 1:20 to play, third quarter. Smoky Valley up 6. Willock looking to cut the lead in half, and does. A 3-pointer from the left wing for Damian Willock. It is 33-20, or 33-30, excuse me. I had the wrong number on my running score there, as Christian Ryan takes the baseline again and gets fouled going up with a shot. Bucket counts, and a 3-point opportunity again for Christian Ryan. 35-30 the score. Christian Ryan with his 4th 20-plus point game. Foul was called on Brantley, his second. Third team foul. Brantley will check out of the game for Halstead. 21 for Christian Ryan, looking for number 22. The free throw is nothing but net for Ryan. A 3-pointer on one end from Willock. And then on the other end, a traditional 3-point play from Christian Ryan gets it back to a 6-point Viking lead. Halstead basketball trailing 36-30, 50 seconds to play, third quarter. Driving his Deal, had it stripped away by Olsen. It goes out of bounds off of Braylon. And the possession will stay with Halstead. Deal to throw it in on the baseline. He's standing to the right of the basket as he's looking. To my left over here. And the inbound goes to Healy. Driving in, running shot counts, and a foul on Smoky Valley. Wyatt Hobbs has 4 now for Halstead, and it cuts the lead back down to 36-32. Chance at a 3-point play for Hobbs. Viking foul was called on Mason Riedel, who just recently checked in for Smoky Valley, his first. Team foul, well, we're not even tracking that at the moment because they're in the bonus and the double bonus already. 3-point play for Wyatt Hobbs for Halstead as he knocks down the free throw. 36-33. Vikings lead by 3. 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Riedel came in for, I believe, Olsen. No, Olsen's still out there. He came in for Griffith. 3 for Burgart, right corner. Caleb misses that one. Rebound, Chandler Reed trying to fight for it and forces the tie-up. It'll go to Halstead. Reed came in to give Ryan a breather here toward the end of the third quarter with 20.7 on the clock. Carmichael coming back in for Halstead. 36-33. Smoky Valley went by 10 at half, 26-16. It's been a 17-10 third quarter for Halstead, finding their way back into this one. Coach Perry Morgan in his first year with Halstead after 17 years with the Haven Wildcats. Left side Carmichael, 12 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Deal dribbling out top, back to Carmichael. 7 seconds. Carmichael crosses over, drives into the lane, kicks over to Deal. Left wing 3 for the tie. He knocked it down right before the end of the third quarter. Noah Deal ties this game up at 36 apiece for Halstead. We're at the end of the third. It's 36-36. Back to the fourth quarter in 60 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball on KLBG.
Whether you need annual HVAC maintenance or a high-quality, energy-efficient Lennox system, the trusted team at Gearing Home Services is committed to quality HVAC service and is proud to be rated 4.9 stars on Google. The professional certified technicians at Gearing Home Services deliver affordable rates on Lennox systems backed by a full 10-year warranty and provide options for every budget. Choose Gearing Home Services in Mound Ridge for all your Lennox HVAC needs. GearingHomeservices.com since 1897. Come see what a century worth of knowledge and customer service can do.
Come get inspired at Sister Bojangles in downtown Lindsborg. From cozy fashion to unique home decor, we'll help you find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Make Christmas shopping easy only at Sister Bojangles. Shop Sister Bojangles, downtown Lindsborg.
Hey, Swedes and Vikings of all ages. Lindsborg Community Hospital is here when you need us. From the family health care clinic, urgent care, sports rehab, to a long list of many services you can discover at lindsborghospital.org.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
1 quarter remaining here in Lindsborg. It is a 36-36 tie. It was a 20-10 third quarter for Halstead to tie this up, sending it into the fourth and final quarter. Inbound play to Braylon Olson as we are back underway here in Lindsborg. Olson into the corner for Atticus Pavlovich. Hitting inside, looking for Ryan, and Pavlovich threw it away. It's a steal for Diaz and a turnover for Smoky Valley. Halstead with a chance to take the lead. They have tied this thing up at 36 all. Diaz driving in. Floating runner is off to the left, missing. Rebound tipped around, and Diaz running through Merrick Anderson off the miss. Picks up his third foul. First team foul on Halstead here in this fourth quarter. So the Vikings have the possession back as they are tied at 36. 7:33 to play in the game. Pavlovich over to Olson. Braylon bringing it to the crossout court. Three from Noah Deal. He had missed his first 3 attempts from beyond the arc in the game and then hits that one right before the end of the third quarter to tie this game up at 36 going into the final frame. Pavlovich has it. One dribble. Left side now to Olson. 7:13 to play. Gangler to Olson. Back to Pavlovich. Baseline, and Christian Ryan cleared out a lane for Pavlovich, and that's an offensive foul on the inside on Ryan. His third foul. Team foul number 1 on Smoky Valley in this fourth quarter. Ryan again with 22 points. He has 20 or more for the fourth time in 5 games this year for Smoky Valley. Halstead basketball as the Dragons have it back, looking to take the lead. Brantley cut off by Ryan. They get it back out. 3 on the way from the right side that misses for Deal. Rebound tipped around. Diaz came out of there with it eventually for Halstead, but it's stripped away and a steal for Merrick Anderson. Turnover for the Dragons, gives it back to the Vikings. Across the timeline, Olson into the corner for Pavlovich. Atticus holding on the left side, back over to Olson. Braylon swings it right side, out of Gangler. Back to Olson. Left wing, Braylon right back to Brock Gangler. Back to Olson. 6.5 to play in the game and a 36-36 tie. Gangler looking into the corner for Pavlovich as it's tipped out by Carmichael. It'll stay here with Smoky Valley. So the Vikings keeping the possession here. And the inbound play goes to Pavlovich into the corner for Gangler. Brock takes a dribble. The bounce pass back to Braylon Olson. Olson back to Gangler, right corner. Fakes, looks inside. Some contact from behind. Christian Ryan lost the basketball and a steal for Halstead. Dragons running the floor. Feet in the middle of the lane for Willock. He can't get the roll. Rebound goes to Brock Gangler for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball still tied at 36. Nobody's scored yet here in this fourth quarter. This is Anderson with it. Gets it back from Olson. Merrick in the right corner. Nobody is around him. He doesn't take the shot. Olson has it. Back out top to Gangler. Back to Olson. Now Anderson in the near corner. Merrick head fakes back to Olson. Christian Ryan pops out top now for Smoky Valley at the volleyball spike line, taking a couple dribbles. Backing up near half court. I got a little scared that he might go too far. Right side, this is Olson with it. 5.5 to play in the contest. As Anderson has it, Ryan turns, splits 2 defenders, and a foul on the floor called on Halstead. Dragon foul this time is on Damian Willock, his first. And it is the second team foul on Halstead here in this fourth quarter, Inbound play for Braylon Olson. Feeding in Ryan, right lane line, jump shot left short, rebound tipped around, right back to Christian. Head fakes, goes back up and banks it in. 24 now for Christian Ryan. Smoky Valley back up by 2, 38-36. Halstead basketball in transition. Carmichael fakes. Good closeout by Gingler to not allow an easy three. Diaz goes in and Ryan fouled him hard. Christian's got to be careful now. He's got 4. He didn't have any fouls in the first half. Second team foul called on Smoky Valley here in the fourth quarter, and Ryan's going to have to sit a bit for the Vikings. Titus Griffith coming back into the game, as is Caleb Burgart for Smoky Valley. 2 free throws coming up first here for Mario Diaz. He is 1 for 4 in the game from the line. This first one too strong off the back iron. Diaz with 5 points. Getting Griffith back into the game for Smoky Valley for Ryan, and Burgart back in for Gingler. 5:06 to play in the game. Smoky Valley holding on to a 2-point lead at the moment, 38-36. Second free throw for Diaz on the way, and nothing but net. 6 points for Diaz and a 1-point Viking lead. 38-37, Smoky Valley with the basketball. Olsen bringing it up the floor, gets to Griffith. Titus gets it across half court, right side Pavlovich. Atticus resetting on offense. Pressure, turns, spins off the defense. Pavlovich looking into the corner, strip from behind by Carmichael. Saved it right into Atticus underneath. Shot is up and in for Pavlovich on the right block. A big-time atonement for the turnover there for Smoky Valley as Pavlovich gets his first field goal of the game. The ball's tipped out top and kept alive by Brantley. Smoky Valley leading 40-37 with 4.5 to play. Griffith trying to get the ball from Diaz. Fouls from behind. Titus called for his second. 13 foul on Smoky Valley. No shot attempt here, so it's just on the floor and an inbound play on the 13 foul. Throwing it in is Deal for Halstead. A timeout called by Lonnie Paramore and the Dragons. 4:29 to play in the game. Smoky Valley with a 3-point lead, 40-37. We're back in 60 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast with this Viking basketball on KLBG.
Hi, this is Kurt Marshall. Bank of the Plains is committed to providing high-quality financial services while maintaining the highest standards of integrity, customer service, and professionalism. Our dedicated team in Salina values our relationships with you and welcomes the opportunity to earn your business, trust, and friendship. Stop in and see us at 1900 South Ohio in Salina. Bank of the Plains, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kansas. Trust the power of blue for your CanCare plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblue.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. 4:29 to play in the game, and Central Kansas League action in Lindsborg as Smoky Valley leads Halstead 40-37. The Dragons outscored the Vikings 20-10 in the third quarter to tie it up at 36. It's been a 4-1 start in the fourth quarter for Smoky Valley. Halstead basketball out of the timeout. The inbound goes to Noah Deal at the right elbow. He puts up a left-handed floater that misses. Rebound tipped around by Griffith and taken by Olsen for Smoky Valley. Viking basketball, Braylon Olsen in the left corner. He has 4 points in the game tonight. Smoky Valley being led by Christian Ryan with 24. Olsen was open, doesn't want to take the three. Griffith had it stripped from behind. The ball's knocked loose, still loose, and Willett had it for a second, but Pavlovich shields and gets it back. Nobody actually got the steal that time. It was tipped into the backcourt, and Smoky Valley keeps it. Halfway through the fourth quarter, the Vikings lead by 3. Pavlovich fouled out top by Halstead. Team foul number 3 on the Dragons as they get Reese Carmichael with his first personal. The inbound play coming here for Smoky Valley, as Atticus Pavlovich will throw it in for the Vikings. He gets it into the backcourt to Braylon Olsen. Olsen dribbling near side for Smoky Valley across half court to Mason Riedel. Riedel with one dribble. Back over to the left side to Olsen. 3-point lead. Smoky Valley doesn't need to force anything right now. They can work the offense. Riedel drives in at the elbow, looking underneath. The ball was tipped out, and then I think Anderson might have tipped it, and then it went out of bounds again off of the Vikings. So back to Halstead. 3:36 to play, and a 40-37 Smoky Valley advantage. Carmichael the other way gets to call Coach Paramore on the far side, or on this near side next to me. Carmichael has it back from Willock out top. Willock over to the left side. Man, that was almost out of bounds. Deal trying to save it. It went right to Pavlovich. Willock was not paying attention. Atticus missed a layup, though, the other way. Coming back this way, and a jump ball forced by Braylon Olson. It'll stay with Halstead, but a big play there by Braylon to try to get that one back and not foul. Brock Gingler coming back into the game for Smoky Valley as he'll come in for Mason Riedel. 3:13 left in this one and a 40-37 lead for Smoky Valley. They're holding on to this one right now. And the inbound play for Halstead to Carmichael. Carmichael across half court, right at that SV logo at the center of the floor. Dribbling it at the circle. Over to the right side to Deal. Gingler on the defense for Smoky Valley. Back over to the right side. Extended. Diaz drives into the lane, and he's fouled. Going up with the shot again. Atticus Pavlovich picking up his fourth personal foul. 14 foul called on the Vikings. 2:56 to play here in this ball game, and a 40-37 lead for Smoky Valley. Diaz back to the free throw line. He's 2 for 6 in the game from the stripe. 6 points for Diaz. They've all come in the second half for Halstead. First of 2 free throws is on the way, and it's off the back iron, too strong again. So the lead will stay here for Smoky Valley, and would have stayed that way regardless of what happened here. It's free throw line for Diaz. Second one on the way and rolling in. That cuts it down to a 2-point lead for Smoky Valley at 40-38. Martinez back into the game for Diaz for Halstead. And an inbound play coming for Brock Gingler off the make there by Diaz. Brock can run the baseline if he needs to. He doesn't do so, and Carmichael trying to steal it away, but he was standing on the baseline with his hand on the ball, so he's out of bounds. Smoky Valley will give it another shot here. Inbound for Brock Gingler again. 2:54 left in this Central Kansas League showdown. It's been a tight one most of the night. 40-38. Smoky Valley did lead by 10 at halftime. Braylon Olson bringing it up the floor for the Vikings. Behind the back and looking to beat that 10-second count, and does. I think he had a few seconds to spare still. Gingler back out top for Olson. Braylon being guarded by Willock. Olson with a couple dribbles. No look into the corner from Eric Anderson. Anderson pressured and double teamed. Back to Olson. Braylon fakes. Back to Gingler. Back over to Olson on the right side. Smoky Valley being content to take a little time here on their possessions. It's been a very low-scoring third quarter. The ball gets through. Gingler and a steal for Willock. He's fouled. Count the bucket and a chance at a three-point play to put Halstead on top. Brock Gingler, who had the ball slip through his hands on the near side. He didn't get to it in time. Willock got the steal, goes in and scores. He's in double figures now with 11. And Halstead with a chance to take the lead with 2:15 remaining. Titus Griffith out of the game, and Ryan back in with 4 fouls. Christian Ryan and Atticus Pavlovich each with 4 fouls for Smoky Valley. Willock at the free throw line, looking to give Halstead the lead. Free throw is off. Rebound goes to Christian Ryan on the right block. We stay tied at 40 with 2:10 to play. Olson picked up his dribble in a very bad spot. He gets it back over to Pavlovich. Atticus across half court. Feeds into the corner for Brock Gingler. Gingler has it right side. Flashing on the baseline to get it back to Pavlovich. Out top now to Olson. Braylon back over to Pavlovich. Right side, Gingler with it. Brock picks up his dribble. Back to Pavlovich. Back to Gingler right side. In the corner. Now to Pavlovich on the wing. Top of the key, Olson. 1:48 to play. Nice speed. Anderson inside. Ryan has it bobbled out of his hands, but he gets it back and lays it in. 26 for Christian Ryan. Smoky Valley back up by 2. 42-40. Crossover dribble deal to Carmichael. 3 for the lead. Braylon might have got a hand on that. Rebound's going out of bounds. It should be Halstead's basketball. Oh, they didn't call it a tip. It clearly looked to me like Braylon Olson got a hand on that shot. The way it went up, it changed direction. It goes back to Smoky Valley. Quick outlet. Ryan has it up the floor on the left wing. He doesn't have numbers, so he pulls it back out. Left side wing, Anderson out top to Olson. 1:20 to play. Smoky Valley leading by 2, 42-40. And Deal came out and just shoves Christian Ryan. Ronnie Paramore wanted him to foul Ryan, and he went out and he did what the coach asked him to do, but he didn't go for the ball first, and it's an intentional foul on Noah Deal, and Lonnie Paramore not pleased with that. It's the 4th team foul on Halstead. Minute 17 to play. Christian Ryan with a chance to extend this to a 2-possession lead. 26 points for Ryan. As I don't know what exactly was going on, but Christian Ryan was like, hey, tee him up. Official didn't listen to him. First free throw for Ryan on the way in. 27 for Christian Ryan. He can match his career high if he knocks down the second one, and it can also give Smoky Valley a 2-possession lead. Ryan with 28 in the season opener against Southeast of Saline, looking for his second 28-point game of the season, and he gives it a little English with the body to force it in. 44-40 the score. Christian Ryan tying a career high with 28. Timeout Lonnie Paramore and Halstead. 1:17 left in this one, and a 4-point Viking lead. Smoky Valley will have the basketball out of this timeout as well. We're back in 30 seconds from the Midway Motors broadcast booth. This is Viking basketball in Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Halstead Bank, a 5th-generation owned business serving the Halstead area for over a century. With locations in Halstead, Bentley, Valley Center, and Mays, Halstead Bank specializes in agriculture, consumer, and home loans. Our roots run deep at the Halstead Bank. Member FDIC.
Kaufman Funeral Home in Halstead, serving the area for 3 generations since 1943. Kaufman Funeral Home can handle all of your monument needs. A full-service funeral home. Good luck to the Halstead Dragons.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in the Midway Motors broadcast booth. 44-40, Christian Ryan has scored 4 straight points for Smoky Valley to match his career high with 28 points, and it was an intentional foul. So I believe it should be Viking basketball if the rules are still the same as they've always been. So Smoky Valley would have it moving here on the far side on an inbound with a 4-point lead, and Halstead likely wanting to foul again shortly after that inbound. Dragons have 4 team fouls. Noah Deal came out of the game after committing the intentional. The inbound on the far side coming for Brock Gangler for Smoky Valley. Oh, and Lonnie Paramore wants somebody behind Christian Ryan here. He was kind of sealing and going toward the basket. Braylon Olson across half court for Smoky Valley. Hands it off to Pavlovich. Now back out top for Ryan. 1:10 to play in the game. Smoky Valley leading by 4. Christian Ryan hands it off to Olson. Braylon pressured by Carmichael. Trying to get a steal. He can't. Halstead needs to foul. Pavlovich lost it near half court. He saves it back into the front court to Olson. Braylon holding back over to Christian Ryan. Ryan holding on the top of the key. Again, Halstead needs to foul. 50 seconds left. There's no shot clock in the Central Kansas League. And Brock Gangler has it over on the far side, and he gets fouled. He's 3 for 4 from the line on the season. The foul was called on Wyatt Hobbs, his first. 10th on number 5, and Brock Gangler will go to the charity stripe for 2 attempts. 45.5 on the clock and a 4-point Smoky Valley lead. Gangler looking to extend upon the lead here with a 2-shot opportunity. The first one for Brock on the way, and rebound taken out by Martinez for Halstead. Quick outlet pass up ahead. This is Hobbs driving baseline, cut off by Pavlovich. Diaz has it at the elbow, drives in on Ryan, shoots and scores. And then a timeout. Well, Christian had some contact on Diaz after that ball went in. I thought they called a foul on him and fouled him out of the game. But Diaz scores. It's 45-42. It was a quick timeout called by Halstead. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. We remind everybody, a game brought to you by Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, offering customizable curriculum at every grade level. Smoky Valley Public Schools, we champion for all students. More of our sponsors for the broadcast include MTC, Gearing Hardware, Hutchinson Community College, Alliance Agency, APAC Shears, Raleigh Insurance, McPherson Dental Care, and Pile Law. Just some of our sponsors here tonight for Viking basketball on KLBG. Halstead and Smoky Valley, Central Kansas League matchup. 45-42 lead. Heston again lost their first game of the year tonight. Our scoreboard updates are brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Hayes beat Heston by 2 in the semifinals Rock Creek tournament. Bueller's part of that tournament as well. The Bueller boys fell to Goodland this evening. Brock Gangler with an inbound out of the timeout for Halstead, and a 5-second count. Brock had to get the ball in, and he didn't. And there were plenty of timeouts remaining for Smoky Valley that you think maybe they might have taken one of them, but Halstead has it back on a 5-second count. Inbound play coming down for the Dragons, and Carmichael out top for Hobbs. Back over the left side, a three on the way for the tie for Martinez. Misses on the rebound. Ryan, he gets it out of there for Smoky Valley, and he's fouled. Christian Ryan will go back to the free throw line looking for a new career high. Dragon foul was called on Wyatt Hobbs, his second. And again, Ryan to the free throw line for 2 attempts for Smoky Valley. 45-42 the score with 25.2 on the clock here. And Christian Ryan looking to extend this back to a 2-possession lead for the Vikings. Christian is 6 of 8 from the line of the game. First one on the way, and nothing but net. A new career high 29 for Christian Ryan tonight, looking for 30 and to get this back to a 5-point lead. 46-42 Smoky Valley. We talked at the early part of the game that Christian gets himself to the line about 8.5 times a game. Second free throw missed. Merrick Anderson tips that rebound, but it's taken over on the far side by Diaz. So Ryan stays at 29. 19 seconds left in a 4-point Viking lead. They don't want to allow a three-pointer here. Carmichael in the middle of the lane missed it. Rebound goes to Ryan, and he is fouled again. Will go to the free throw line. I got to think Christian's got another double-double tonight. I don't keep the rebound numbers. I'm not Superman and keeping every stat in the book, but I'm fairly confident in saying Christian has his 4th double-double of the season as well. He's been all over the boards. 46-42 at 11.1, and Christian has another opportunity to hit 30 here. First free throw for Ryan on the way, and it bounces off the mark. He's got another one coming up. 29 in the game for Christian Ryan. He's been to the line 11 times in this game. This will be number 12. On the way for Ryan, and he knocks it down. A 30-point night for Christian Ryan, a career high for him, and it's a 5-point Viking lead, 47-42. You definitely want to stay away and not foul right here if you're Smoky Valley. Pavlovich back in. Burgart going back to the bench. Braylon Olson's out there. Frank Gingler. Atticus Pavlovich, Merrick Anderson, Christian Ryan. The starting 5 are back out on the floor. Driving in is Carmichael. Kicks it left side. A 3 on the way for Hobbs. Misses. Christian Ryan, another rebound. And he's fouled again with 0.2 on the clock. He'll have a chance to extend on that 30-point career high one more time. Smoky Valley is going to get out of the first semester with a 3-0 home record. They'll move to 3-2 and start 1-0 in the Central Kansas League as Halstead will drop to 3-4 and 1-1 in the league. Christian Ryan at the charity stripe again here for the Vikings. 8 of 12 of the night. First one on the way, and it rattles in. 31 points for Christian Ryan. 48-42, Smoky Valley with the advantage. Great start to this season for the Vikings. They've battled. They've had a couple very good teams that they've faced that have really fought against them. As Ryan knocks down the second, he's got 32. Inbound play goes to Deal, and that'll run the last 2/10 of a second off. Smoky Valley wins it 49-42 over the Halstead Dragons. They're 3-0 at home. 3-2 overall, 2-0 or 1-0, excuse me, in the CKL. Halstead drops to 3-4 and 1-1 in the Central Kansas League. Vikings get the win for a split tonight against Halstead. We take a timeout, and we are back with our Viking Locker Room Show. The Midway Motors broadcast, but this is Viking basketball on KLBG.
Coverage of Smoky Valley Vikings basketball continues next with the Viking Locker Room Show. Join Dusty Dinas all season for Smoky Valley Vikings basketball. Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
My name is Lauren Doak, here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Our virtual school offers tuition-free curriculum to students grades 6 through 12. We have over 75 elective classes in 8 career pathways. Experience learning at the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, an online link between home, school, and public education. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
Begin your journey at Bethany College in historic Lindsborg, Kansas. As a liberal arts school in the heart of Kansas, Bethany is proud to host over 30 majors, 19 different NAIA sports, and a long-standing tradition in art and music in the heart of Little Sweden, USA. Bethany is one of the oldest schools in the state of Kansas, but with modern facilities and a focus on the future for education. Start with a campus visit, a free application, or just check out our website at bethanylb.edu. It's always a good day to be a Swede. Rokar Stokar.
Fuel and propane. Our farms, businesses, homes, and economy depend on them. If you need fuel or propane in central Kansas, there's 2 words you need to know. Bridgman Oil. Whether it's bulk delivery of fuel, oils, lubricants, or propane, Bridgman Oil is here to serve you. Superior product with superior customer service. That's Bridgman's promise to you. Visit them in Hutch at First and Clay, Burton or Pleasant View, or bridgmanoil.com. That's BRIDGMAN oil.com.
This holiday season, the gifts just keep getting bigger at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine. Put some serious muscle under your tree with a 2025 Ram 1500. 10% off MSRP. Plus no payment for 90 days on 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorns and Laramies. So load up the sleigh and get to Allen Samuels today. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends. See dealership for details and exclusions. Financing available with improved credit.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back here on the Vikings Locker Room Show from the Midway Motors broadcast booth as Smoky Valley picks up a 49-42 win over the Halstead Dragons. Christian Ryan, the story of the night again, as he finished with 32 points. And I'm going to see if maybe Coach Schneider can tell me how many rebounds he had when we get into the post game here in our Viking locker room show chat with the head coach. But again, Christian with 32 tonight. It was a heck of a game here, and started a little bit slow. It was 8-4 after the first quarter as Smoky Valley had that 4-point lead, but they outscored Halstead 18-12 in the second quarter to take a 10-point lead at halftime, 26-16. But Halstead did not go away into the night. They outscored Smoky Valley 20-10 in the third quarter to tie it up at 36 after a three-pointer from Noah Deal right before the end of the third. And it stayed really pretty much back and forth. It was 40-37 a lot of that fourth quarter. And then Halstead was able to get a free throw and then a bucket to tie it up at 40 apiece. And eventually Smoky Valley would get some more points. They went on a 5-0 run to take a 5-point lead at 45-40. They win it by 7 in the end, 49-42, as Christian Ryan seals the deal, going 6 of 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter and 10 of 14 in the game to get on his way to the 32-point career high night, his first 30-point game of his career for Smoky Valley. He's been in double figures all 5 games this year, 20 or more, 4 of those 5, 30 or more tonight. And he has had likely his 4th double-double of the season this evening as well for Smoky Valley. Again, Christian with 32 points. Also in double figures, a new career high for Caleb Burgart, his first career double-figure game, as he had 10 points for the Vikings. Hit a big three-pointer in the third quarter for Smoky Valley and was 3 for 4 from the free throw line as well for the Vikings here this evening. Caleb Burgart, the other player in double figures. You think about 32 and 10 from Burgart. That's 42 of 49. So scoring elsewhere came 4 from Braylon Olson, 2 for Atticus Pavlovich, and a free throw from Bronk Gangler in the fourth quarter as well for the Vikings here. Again, they moved to 3-2 and 1-0 in the Central Kansas League. Halstead in this game was led by Damian Willock with 11 points. He had a big three-pointer in the third quarter that helped that run to tie it up by the end of 3 for Halstead. 9 points for Mario Diaz, all in the second half. And also 9 for Reese Carmichael. He made 3 threes tonight for Halstead. 5 points off the bench for Wyatt Hobbs. 3 points on a 3 from Noah Deal in that third quarter that we mentioned. 2 points on a couple free throws from Gavin Healy. And Noah Brantley had 3 as well off from the free throw line for Halstead. Again, the Dragons finished the first semester at 3-4 and 1-1 in the CKL. Smoky Valley wins it tonight, 49-42. The final score in favor of the Vikings over the Dragons. Take another timeout. We'll continue on. We'll name our Hub Brick Oven play of the game and also the player of the game from People's Bank and Trust. It's all coming up in the Viking Locker Room Show from Midway Motors broadcast. With this is Viking basketball on KLBG.
More of the Viking Locker Room Show is next. Coming up, we'll name today's People's Bank and Trust Player of the Game. KLBG Lindsborg, Smoky Hills, Rock 95.5.
Hey, Bud Conklin here. When you shop with Conklin Automotive Group, you've got options. 10 new car brands to be exact. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Chevy, GMC, Honda, Nissan, and Toyota. Whether you need power, reliability, comfort, or efficiency, we've got the right vehicle for your lifestyle. More choices mean more confidence when you buy. Shop with us in Hutchinson, Newton, Salina, or at ConklinCars.com. Drive with confidence. Drive with Conklin.
Here's a bright idea: predictable billing. At Idea Tech, you sign up for a plan, you get the speed you paid for, and you know what you'll pay. No nasty surprises hiding in the fine print. No wondering why your bank account is suddenly $60 lighter. At Idea Tech, you get what you paid for and pay what you expect to. No fine print shenanigans, predictable billing. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
It's simple. Get IdeaTech fiber internet at ideatech.com.
Ag360 Insurance is an independent agency with 3 locations in central Kansas. Whether you need home, auto, farm, crop, commercial, or life insurance, we have options for you. Contact one of our agents for a quote today. We would love to have you become part of the Ag360 family. Ag360 Insurance, partners in your legacy.
See Eric Rector in downtown Mound Ridge or call him at 620-345-2700. Ag360 Insurance, serving the rural communities we live in.
LS Tractor is your performance pack tractor for all seasons. Now offering 0% for 120 months on select models, including our 57 horsepower hydrostat. Our universal skid steer quick attach makes switching a breeze. Our tough heavy lifting loaders give you more strength. Add a third function easily and get your grapple on. Get a wide range of capabilities, attachments, and implements. Visit Moundridge Tractor and get more features for less money, where customer service has been our business since 1985. Start blue, stay blue with LS Tractor.
Smoky Hills Rock 95.5.
Welcome back in here on our Vikings Locker Room Show on KLBG. Smoky Valley boys winning tonight 49-42 over Halstead to move to 3-2 on the season. 1-0 in the CKL, 3-0 at home here in the first semester for Smoky Valley. Halstead drops to 3-4 and 0-1 in league play, or 1-1 I should say in league play, after they had opened with a win over Hillsboro on Tuesday. Doug Snyder, head coach of the Viking boys, joining us here with a special guest with you. It's nice to get a win and then you get your grandbaby put right into your arms, right? Can't get better than that tonight, huh?
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's phenomenal. It's great to have her here. I'm glad to have my daughter-in-law and my son here as well, so it's nice to have them in the house. But nice win for our boys. Again, the way they battled and competed tonight, again, without Ty. If we got Ty in there, we've got another big, we've got another finisher. We had to rely a lot on Christian tonight. I don't know what you had him at, 32?
Yeah.
And how many boards?
I don't keep rebounds. What do you have?
I don't know what it said. Ours has. It's down here in this column, down in that area. That the kid said 21. He was a beast inside.
I said I know he's got another double-double. I just didn't know how many rebounds.
Even with foul trouble. And, again, it took us a while to figure it out in the first half. We were a little reluctant to get going in that first quarter, and I felt like we had a really strong second quarter. Man, we were solid. Guys started finding where we wanted to go with the ball. I told Christian I appreciated the fact he was being unselfish and trying to get other people the ball, but they realize that once in a while they've just got to go and get that board and help him out. I thought, again, coming out in the third quarter, they executed way better than we did. They did what they were supposed to do. They changed defenses, went to more of a 1-2-2, 3-2 look. We didn't respond as well as I would like. I gotta learn to explain things a little bit more patiently on the sideline. I get frustrated a little bit with our guys, but I love our guys dearly. But again, I thought they bounced back well in that fourth quarter and really bounced back down the stretch. Once we let him tie it up 40-all, if I'm not mistaken, and he missed the free throw on that end. And so missing that free throw was big. I think if we go down one, I feel a lot more uncomfortable than I do tied up. And we really didn't look back after that point. I thought we did a nice job getting what we needed to get. Again, we have way too many turnovers tonight. I'm willing to bet when we get this looked at, it's probably mid to upper 20s. And there were just a lot of possessions where we just didn't do much with the ball. But ultimately, we knocked down enough free throws to make things happen. We were able to get big rebounds on both ends of the floor. Even battled on some plays really, really well to do a nice job. But, Atticus got in some early foul trouble, and it kind of gets him out of the mix of what he's capable of doing, I think. And and then I thought he settled in and relaxed. Same thing with Brock. We just have a bunch of guys. They want to battle. They want to compete and play hard. They just, they don't want to make mistakes, and I just want to let them got to play free and relaxed, and we're still trying to get to that point. You and I talked about that, I think, at Concordia, just trying to continue to get guys to relax and play their game and do their thing.
One guy that I know you talked about toward the end of last year and then the beginning of this year that's going to start stepping up and hitting shots for you, and Caleb Burgart had a big 3 for you in the third quarter, career-high 10 for him tonight after he had the career-high 7 against Bell playing on Monday. He's really playing well for you and coming up with some big buckets and being efficient at the free throw line as well.
He is, and I think we're putting Caleb in good positions so far this year. We asked him to back up our 1 last year as a freshman, and I thought that was really difficult for him to do. But then I think moving him to the 2 a little bit more has allowed him to get more relaxed on the court. And then if we do need to use him for Braylon, I think he does a nice job. Again, Mason stepped in tonight. Coach Paramore's 1-3-1 is not an easy defense to step into and play against as a freshman. We've had tons of freshmen that have come through here and said the exact same thing. It is a bugger to play against. It's hard to stay after it. And I felt like he responded, did exactly what we needed to do, get minutes. Same things, we didn't get as many minutes tonight for Chandler and Titus, but I thought they stepped in and did a nice job for us. The hard part about this one is it's position-based. When you got to go 4 out, 1 in, we don't necessarily need 3 or 4 posts in at the same time. It's not giving us that opportunity, and that's where Caleb presents that opportunity for us. And I was really proud of Caleb and what he's able to do. We got to get him to quit cramping up all the time so we can keep him on the court. But overall, like I said, I think he had a good night. Braylon, I thought, had another nice, stellar night. A few too many turnovers, but at the same time, got a couple of big steals for us and made some big plays when we needed to make plays.
Nice start to the home season, obviously, at 3-0. You're 3-2 overall, and probably feeling good about your team going into the break. What do you work on as you get ready for that second semester when it really gets hot and heavy?
I think the first thing is get everybody healed up. A lot of minutes so far that Christian's had to play, and he needs to get some breaks there. Ty gets healed up, but I think once we get healed up, now we start to fine-tune some things. We've thrown in 3 or 4 of our defenses. We've mixed in a couple of different things because we do have so many upperclassmen that we feel like we can get away with throwing some things in, but now I think it's a matter of just getting that fine-tuning in of our offenses, and now we start to look a little bit more about what each team is going to bring each night and how can we match up against that. So far it's been more of what can we do. And again, to know that we've only lost to 2 ranked opponents this year and that's it, makes us feel pretty good, but at the same time I feel like we could have had some more opportunities at Con, and I feel like we left some stuff on the table, but I hope we've learned well from both of those at the same time. So hopefully that's our task once we come back the 29th and get ourselves and get rolling.
Doug Schneider, head coach of the Smoky Valley boys basketball team. Thanks for the time. Hope you have a good Christmas. We'll see you again in June.
Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to all those out in the valley as well. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach Schneider. And again, we'll wrap it up here with the Vikings picking up the win by a final of 49-42 here in Lindsborg tonight. As Smoky Valley again improving to 3-2 overall, 1-0 in the CKL, 3-0 at home here in this first semester. Wrapping up those total numbers again, Christian Ryan with 32 and 21 rebounds unofficially for Christian tonight. Career highs on both, and helping this Viking squad to another victory in the end here tonight. Time for our play of the game, the Hub Brick Oven play of the game. It is featuring their world-famous Brick Oven Pizza. Get your grub at the Hub, 100 South Christian in Mound Ridge. And Coach Snyder just talked about the fact that Halstead was able to tie the game up at 40. They missed the free throw. Who other than Christian Ryan coming back and getting a layup to put Smoky Valley back up by 2, and in the end that would help a 5-0 run to spread that lead back out to 2 possessions, and Smoky Valley would end up winning this one in the end by 7. The layup by Christian Ryan to give the Vikings a 42-40 lead back is our play of the game. The Hub Brick Oven play of the game here on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. Our player of the game is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, community banking at its best with 21 locations in Kansas. This is People's Country. Y'all know who it is. It's not hard to figure that one out. Christian Ryan, 32 points and 21 rebounds tonight here for Christian, as he is our player of the game from People's Bank and Trust. Again, community banking at its best, 21 locations in Kansas. This is People's Country. Christian Ryan took over this game and helped the Vikings to their 3rd victory of the season and his career high in points and rebounds here tonight for Smoky Valley. Once again, Smoky Valley 3-2, 1-0 in the CKL going into the break. Halstead 3-4 and 1-1 in the Central Kansas League. Wrap it up quickly here. Some scoreboard updates from McPherson Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. The Halstead girls beat Smoky Valley earlier tonight, 49-27, as the Dragons were led by Piper Schroeder with 15 points. She had 8 of those in the 3rd quarter and made 3 threes tonight. And also in double figures, Jordy Schroeder had 11. Halstead number 1 in the state in Class 3 on the girls' side, the defending state champions. They're 6-0 and 2-0 in the CKL going into the break. Smoky Valley with the loss falls to 1-4 and 0-1 in the league. They were led by Natalie Brown with her first double-figure game of her freshman year and her varsity career at Smoky Valley. She had 11 for the Vikings here tonight with that career high. Just a few other scores that we may not have given to you here in the postgame. Andale boys beat Wellington 46-42. Sterling over Marion tonight 78-49. Also Sacred Heart over Lions 52-44 in boys action. And also it was on the girls' side, a couple of other finals. Wellington beat Andale 37-25. Marion over Sterling 42-41. Sacred Heart beat Lions 62-23. And also the Buehler boys had the early game here tonight as, I know I had that score somewhere, as Sterling Marion, I'm not real sure where that went, but the Buehler boys did, Goodland beat Buehler tonight on the boys' side 55-47. Buehler will play tomorrow for 7th place at the Rock Creek Tournament. The Buehler girls were in action after that here this evening. So some of the scores here for tonight. Again, if you're ever wondering what the scores are, we post our scoreboard on the website at hutchradio.com, McPhersonRadio.com. You can find the scores from all the games. Usually have that on the morning after, so check it out from the night before there. And also you can listen to the scoreboard show tonight on KMCP. Check out the broadcast booth page at KMC or at McPhersonRadio.com to find out when and where all of our games and scoreboard shows and everything are happening here on the Ad Astra Radio Network. Once again, your final scores for tonight from Lindsborg. On the girls' side, Halstead wins 49-27. And in the boys' contest, Smoky Valley picks up a 49-42 win over the Dragons. Huge thanks to our studio engineer, Aaron Kane, back at the studios tonight. Big thanks to Mike Rose on the video stream as well here at Smoky Valley. And for everybody else, this is Dusty Donna saying good night and Merry Christmas from Lindsborg, Kansas.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle